Found the net. Goal for Wednesday. Terrific goal by Sheffield.
Chris Waddle, is he going to have a crack?
Oh, he does, and it's goal. Still Glenn Wheeler! Hayden Flood works the Is there time for a winner?
Hello and welcome to Wednesday Side Our podcast. This is your watch-along for this evening's game as Sheffield Wednesday take on Middlesbrough this evening. I've no idea what happened just then. I just started talking and next minute it's gone black. I thought the stream gremlins have come back, but seems to be working now. So fingers crossed. Hopefully we're okay for the stream. Do let me know if you can hear me and everything. I've not got me sidekick to be able to help me out this evening. That sidekick being Matt, of course. So do let me know if you can hear me in the chat. It's 24th taking on second this evening. Borough having a great season so far, although only picked up the 2 wins in their last 6. We're looking to bounce back from consecutive defeats. And the lads are going to be trying to do that without the vast majority of us fans in the ground as well. I am, of course, boycotting the game. I'm here. I'm doing this watch along. I am not sat in the north stand where I would normally be. And I reckon if you're also watching this, you must also be doing the same, because you're definitely not getting any signal in the ground. Or maybe you might get some signal in the ground. Who knows? I'm just going to check to make sure it is all working fine. It should be. Let me just have a check. Yeah, it sounds like it's all working as it should be, which is all good. I just want to say as well, massive thanks to the Sheffield Wednesday Trust. I don't know if you've already seen the images. They've projected, I think these are 5 or 6 images onto the back of the Kop, which looks incredible. I was told about it, a few weeks ago, and I wasn't really sure how it was going to look, but it really, really looks pretty good, I must say. So yeah, fair play to everyone that's been involved in either sorting the graphics out or getting that off the ground. Apparently, it's not illegal or anything like that. There's nothing that the club can do to stop it, and it's certainly pretty striking as well. So massive thanks to everyone that's done that. George has said, "Can you keep it down?" I'm sat in Hillsborough, and you're all I can hear. Good one, George, on that. Let's whiz through the starting lineup then, if we can. Let me bring up the Sheffield Wednesday lineup. Why have we got Middlesbrough? Don't want Middlesbrough on there. Let's get the Wednesday one up. There we go. 3 changes from the side that lost 2-1 to Charlton at the weekend. Horvath, he's suspended after he did the karate kick in the 96th minute at the weekend. He's been replaced by new signing Joe Lumley. The other changes coming in the place of Otugbeyo, being replaced by Sean Fisher, and Ugbo making his first start since the 3-0 defeat at home to Bristol City over a month ago. He replaces George Brown, who not in the squad either. George Brown. Otugbeyo does drop to the bench. George Brown not in the squad. So it's Lumley in goal, Iofa, Fisher and Lowe, Palmer, Valerie, Ingleson, Bannon, Amas, Ugbo and Jamal Lowe. It'll be interesting to see how we line up, whether that graphic there that you can see has Fisher playing as a centre-back. Not sure if that's going to be the case. I know he kind of played right back last time. I'm not sure whether Palmer would drop into that back three. But only time will tell. We're about 20 minutes just over 20 minutes off kickoff. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how they line up. Subs this evening. It's a very, very, very young bench. Cadamarteri, Emery, Fernandez, Johnson, McGee, McNeil, and Otagbeo. Stretch the goalkeeper and Thornton as well. McNeil's 22. Cadamarteri, he's 20. So is Otagbeo. The other 6 are all teenagers. So yeah, we've said many a time, you look to the bench and there's not really anything there to change or impact the game or anything like that. Well, yeah, there's not many on the bench this time. Maybe Cadamarteri, sorry. You know, he's obviously got some goals to his name in the Championship. But everyone else, you know, there'd be a few debuts out there if they were to come on. So, yeah, it's not looking great, is it? It's probably the most senior side that we can play. All right, for Shearer, you could probably say Cadamarteri's got more game time than him, but no, Cadamarteri's not going to play at the back, is he? To be fair, so with the starting lineup, it is what it is. Really, there's not really much he could do. You know, there's no decisions to be made, is there really, as to who's going to play? It's literally whoever's fit or not suspended, you're going to get a go. I've not heard many, if any, good things about the goalkeeper as well, Joe Lumley. The Middlesbrough fan that I spoke to earlier on Monday to do the preview show. If you're wondering where can I find this preview show, well, you have to go over to Patreon. Patreon.com/WTID pod is where you need to go to watch that. But yeah, I spoke to Dana from the Borough Breakdown, and yeah, she was pretty much laughing at us that we'd signed Joe Lumley. She said the worst goalkeeper that they'd ever had. So I'm not. You know, we all thought Ethan Horvath was a little bit dodgy, but no, we've got Joe Lumley, and we'll say all that, and it'll be a clean sheet, won't it? But you know what? I really don't know what to expect. Everyone, get your score predictions in the comments. I'll read some of them out. Are you optimistic? Are you, as Matt calls, realistic? Because honestly, I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen. On paper, we get absolutely slapped. Kind of, you know, Coventry put 5 past us. The team talk will be, you know, let's do the same as what Coventry did. And, you know, there's every chance that'll happen. You know, with, you know, making changes. We've got a striker up front who hasn't scored in, what is it now? A year and a half, probably, something like that. Is it April that he last scored against West Brom? We're now it would be nearly 18 months that he's until he last scored a league game. So don't come at me and say, oh, Grimsby last season in the cup. You know, all right, league game, about 18 months. We've got Sean Fisher, who's playing. I don't want to say out of position because I got called out for that last time when we said that. He has played I think at right back in his early career. I say early career as if he's like a veteran. You know, in the youth days and things, he has played out there. So he's not just a central defensive midfielder as we all think. So, but he's new players in this. You know, a goalkeeper that has literally, he probably doesn't even know the players' names. He's been here 2 days, and he's going to be gone come the weekend or just after the weekend. Right, let's read some comments out. We've got Dill in the building. We've also got John as well. George says, am I supposed to boycott this too? No, George, you're definitely not. This is instead of boycotting the game. You can watch it in the comfort of your own home, and you can get involved in the discussions, in the chat. Let's have a laugh. We might need it, let's be honest. But yeah, just want to say as well, in terms of, I'll just be calling out like the game for what it is. I know there are many, many, many problems, which hopefully we are coming to some sort of an end sooner rather than later. I feel like we're closer to the end than we've ever been. Talks of HMRC getting involved in terms of a winding up order. We heard from Rob Staten that these things like PAYE, which is due today, I think it was, which is going to be a considerable amount as well. I think is that quarterly, I want to say, but it's a lot of money as well. Looks like that's not going to get paid either. So there is the net is closing in on Dapon Chance here, and I feel like we're going to be near the end. Like I said, I'm just going to call the game out for what it is. If I criticise a player, again, I get it. They haven't had a pre-season. There's so many issues behind the scenes, but you know, just to Just to caveat all that before you start shouting at me. George also says, can we play guess the attendance? If the club don't announce it, I'm sure someone can just do a head count. Well, I'm just looking at pictures now, and we're nearly 15 minutes away, and I could literally count the numbers of people in the Kop. There's less than, I'm shit at this as well, by the way, there is less than 100 people in the Kop. I can't see the top. I can only see from the shot that I've got. I can only see the bottom half of the Kop. There's literally nobody there. And like again, there's still just over 15 minutes left until kickoff. I normally get in the ground on a normal game around about half an hour before. It is normally a hell of a lot busier than what it is now. So there's clearly a lot of people that are taking part in the boycott and not going this evening. Lee says, evening, James. Matt says, been told it's empty at home. Yes, I've just been saying it's not. There's not many people there at all. Dean, they getting into the score predictions. Dean's gone with 7-0 to Borough. George, the optimist, has gone for 1-0 Ugbo. George, you best put a tenner on that. BeGambleAware.org and all that. But yeah, you have to put a tenner on that, because if that comes in, someone have a quick look. What are the odds on Wednesday to win 1-0 and Ugbo to score? I'd love to know. I'm going to say 33-1. That's my guess, but let me know. Matt's going with a 2-2. Lee, 3-0 to Borough. They'll stop playing at 3 and rest for the game at the weekend. Chaz, 4-0 to the Borough. Steve, 4-0 as well. Old Geese, I feel dirty tonight. I bet on Borough as part of my ACCA. I mean, I suppose it's win-win, but if Wednesday win, then let's all thank Old Geezer, because he's put a bet on Borough. Mark, Ugbo, hat-trick, whatever he's been drinking, I want some of the same. Goose says, not sure why we couldn't play the youth lad. In goal, yeah, I'm not sure either, to be honest. It must not be very good for us not to use it, because he has signed a pro contract. They signed in the summer, or certainly Logan Stretch did as well. So, yeah, I'm not sure as to why we can't do that either. Especially it's only for one game as well. It's funny. I saw the tweet that the club put out to say that Ethan Horvath has got a one-match suspension, and the best comment I saw was someone saying, "Can we not appeal and make it 3?" I couldn't stop giggling when I saw that one. Lee said, "Same here, old geezer. Might as well make a few quid off our awful situation." I mean, it must be pretty much evens, surely, for Borough to win this evening. Miranda says, very worried, 4-0 at least. Steve says the Golden Elephants have been moved inside now. Yeah, so a lot of people saying that they've gone and they've disappeared, but no, they have actually gone inside. They're hibernating. Hopefully, it's not long until they're removed in their entirety as well. Nat says Joanna will have the game of his life tonight. Believe, yeah, Joanna meaning Joe Lumley, of course. George, 3-3, end-to-end, goal from halfway line, Bannon overhead kick, Harry Amass runs half the pitch to score, 2 red cards for each team, proper, had to be there type of game. Yeah, well, even if it happens, I'm sure we'll see it, of course, as well. Mark, if you take a picture of all 4 stands and ask Grok to estimate the crowd, it will give you an attendance virtually 100% correct. We'll just go with not many, Mark, I think is probably an accurate prediction there. Tony says, we had this at Leeds more than once. Do not infight ever. That's what those buggers want. Divide and rule. Don't get violent and other distractions. Stick together and fight like mad. And good luck. Too late, Tony. There's a lot of infighting going on within the fan base. But I've said this all the time. It's always going to happen. You get fans come together, and I felt like they did. And then you have to move. You have to go more. If things are carrying on and not getting any better, someone else, a section of the fan base, then do something else, and then people don't agree with it, and that's what's happening at the moment. And we've had that all the way through. The only difference is now is more and more people. The groundswell is becoming vast. But I do agree. Like, let's just stop the infighting. We all want the same thing. We all want the best for this football club. And yeah, we're all doing as best. I'm sure we definitely are. I've just got a message on Patreon. Will they still include the season ticket holders in the attendance figure? Probably, yeah, because they always do. I've also got a Vinted notification as well, so looks like Mrs. is selling some stuff whilst I'm talking about the football, which is always good. Olgies says it's 40-1 for Ugbo to score and Wednesday to win 1-0. Mental. Goose says us 1-0 is 12-1, 7-0 them is 200-1. 45-1 on Ugbo. What is that? Ugbo first goal scorer. Old geezer, I'm now sticking a fiver on us through guilt. Don't do it. Don't do it. Never bet on Sheffield Wednesday to win. I mean, I haven't had a bet for quite a while. Well, the last time I did was when we were in League One, and I was putting bets on both Plymouth and Ipswich to score. I think at some point I was having Barnsley as well. When Plymouth and Ipswich were just running away with it, and we were winning and they were winning every single week. And because I was like, if the bet don't come in, that means that one of those two have slipped up. We'll have probably won, and it'll be a win-win situation. Either get some money, or we're getting closer to that top two. Alas, it never happened. But I did walk away with a little bit of money. But I've not had it. I've not had the time. Or to be fair, I don't watch much football other than Sheffield Wednesday. And I think that showed yesterday, actually. So if people were following on the socials, they might have thought that I've been putting some cryptic messages out or not. That wasn't the idea. People that are long-time listeners of the podcast will know that while I was in London yesterday, I was invited on a new game show called Call Yourself a Fan, which you can find on YouTube. Do go and subscribe to it. It's definitely about 5 or 6 episodes on there at the moment. We're going to be on a week on Friday. Go and watch that. Myself, there was Jake from the Sheffield Wednesday Supporters Trust, and then his good friend Peter, who is a cracking laugh. It was so funny. But yeah, went down on the train, had a few cans on the way down there. A few too many for Jake because he needed about 17 pisses. And then I had to get the taxi driver to stop because he knew we were going to piss himself, which was quite funny. And then we got there in the Winnebago. I don't even know if I'm supposed to tell you who was there, but I'm going to anyway. There was Jimmy Bullard. Well, he's the captain at the other side, and then there was Des Walker, obviously Wednesday legend, and then there was Jeff Bell, I think it was. I mean, I'm going to admit, I didn't really know who it was. But yeah, Jake and Pete and Pete were like, oh, he was in Mike Bassett, he was in Green Street and all this. I'm not really a film person, so I can't say I really recognised him, but I've looked after him, and he's a pretty big deal. But no, it was a really, really good laugh. It was Alex Brooker as well was the host. It was a bit of a whirlwind, to be fair. I set off at like 12 o'clock, and next minute it's 12 o'clock midnight, and we're just coming back, and I was absolutely shattered. But no, Des Walker, brilliant value. Had a good chat with him after. I had a good chat with him in the train station as well when he was coming back. So that was really nice. I didn't even know as well. He's actually got a Sheffield. Well, I say he's got a Sheffield Wednesday tattoo. He showed the tattoo that he's got Robin Hood tattoo on his like forearm. On his like bicep, and then on his shoulder he's got a big owl as well. So I asked him if he had a Sampdoria tattoo, and he said he hadn't. But yeah, he says he's not even a football fan either. He's not don't really watch football. But obviously those two football clubs are a dear in his heart. Matt says selling your shirts, James. What do you mean by that? Oh, down in London. Oh no, I wasn't selling the shirts. I did take a fair few though. I've got a sandwich. Where is it now? You'll have seen the picture of it actually on Twitter. The yellow one from 2001, 2002. Such a shame that it's from the season after Des left, because that's all signed. The away one, the yellow and the sky blue one with the sky blue collar. That's all signed from all the players and things. So that one, I took that one down there. That was in the background. There was the 91 from the League Cup final. That shirt was in the background, and then Jake took a Des Walker one, the yellow and purple one. That was behind him. So that was good. And as well, we got them all to wear the Trust scarves. So Jake took quite a few Trust scarves down. So he's got some pictures of that. Like I said, we can't share anything until a week on Friday, where you will be able to watch. I'm not going to give anything away. I'm not going to tell you if you win or lose or anything like that. You will have to go and watch it. It should be good. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they've done as well. And yeah, it was a really, really, really good laugh. Steve, your missus selling your shirts on Vinted. I hope she bloody isn't. She won't get any money for him anyway, to be honest. Right, let's. How many minutes away? 7, 8 minutes away from kickoff. Up the Owl says probably be about 5k in the ground tonight. Be interesting to see what this shows. The attendance feels so weird not going as a season ticket holder. Yeah, I totally agree. You know, I genuinely look forward to going to any game of football, or Sheffield Wednesday, obviously. But, you know, the midweek games, you're at work, and then you're just looking forward to the game. You know, for me, in the current situation, you come home, and then you just maybe have something to eat, or you know, and then you're just constantly thinking about getting to the match. You know, driving down, you know, put Radio Sheffield on, listen to Football Heaven on the way down, listen to what people are saying and things. You know, park up, and then that for me, I park up near the Euro car parks on that road that's just at the side. Park there, head, you know, walking down to the ground, and you feel a bit of a buzz as you're walking down as well. Usually, anyway. Get into the ground, maybe have a Berries pork sandwich before if I've not had anything to eat beforehand, and you know, just the whole thing. I've not even got into the ground at this point. I'm just, you know, just enjoying, you know, just getting away from everything else, you know, all the, you know, stuff at home and things like that, and just having a bit of time to yourself. Meet up with Steve and Daryl, who I sit with as well, and yeah, just not having any of that. It does feel really bizarre. Does feel really strange, and I just hope as well that people that haven't gone today think, well, actually, I don't really miss it. I hope people do miss it, because, you know, I'm sure when it's all sorted, you know, everyone will be itching to get back, but it's just a real sorry state at the moment, you know, when that we find ourselves in. It's so strange and so bizarre, but that's the situation that we're in at the moment, down to one man at the top, which is, yeah, a crying shame. It was nice last night to go and, you know, do something about football that wasn't just talking about, you know, embargoes and things like that, and, you know, transfer fee bans, administration, and I remember Jake speaking to, I don't know if it was Des Walker who were talking to, and he was saying how it's mad how we actually want the club to go into administration. You want the club to get a 12-point deduction, effectively, is what you're saying. Well, it isn't, because what you're actually saying is, I want him to, you know, that to be the start of him losing the football club. But, you know, as a football fan, to say I would welcome administration, I think many people listening tonight would probably say the same. You know, that we would actually welcome administration at Sheffield Wednesday if it meant that Depon Chansiri was leaving. Flat says, up the Wednesday, Barry Bannon, get your head shaved, son. I tell you what, there was a picture of him, I think it was on his missus's Instagram that she'd posted. He might have reshared it, or whatever you call it over there. And he had the Zinedine Zidane going. I mean, I can't talk, can I? I had to wave goodbye to it. I had to make that choice and go, look, you're past it, mate. You just need to get rid. I don't think he's too far off. Can you imagine Barry Bannon with your skinhead, though? I just think he'll look weird. Maybe he can have one of them toupees, although that would be a bit sketchy if he's heading the ball. Although saying that, he doesn't edit that often, does he, to be honest? Des Walker has a massive piece. You know, I clicked on that without reading it first, so you caught me out there flat. Natalie says 2 fans in black and gold scarves sat in the ground. I'm not going to say anything on the matter other than people can do whatever they want to do. Like let's not call people out for it. Yeah, it is what it is. The players are just walking out as we speak. 3-4 minutes away from kickoff, we'll be able to get a judge on how many fans are actually in there. I wonder what it feels like for the players as well. You know, when they're coming out. Walking out there when normally there'll be, you could easily say 15,000 Wednesdayites. Oh wow, the home end. I've just seen a picture now of the North Stand, and it does look very, very sparse. Not many people there at all. Yeah, that's quite striking. That is very striking there. Not many people in Hillsborough at all. You know, it is a shame that we're not going to see the actual attendance, not the official attendance, the actual attendance. Wow, I've just seen a picture of the Kop as well. Not many people in the Kop either. Sorry, just checking a few messages as well. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where Sean Fisher is playing. They've got him down as playing centre-back. Whether he is or not, we'll have to wait and see. Let me get this little carousel going. So on the side, you'll be able to see the lineup for both sides, and you'll also see some of the stats as well going past. Do get in the comments if you are watching. I will try and read as many comments out as I possibly can throughout the course of the evening. Let me just share this on the socials. Let me get this on there. If you want to see how many fans are in the ground, I'll just retweet a tweet from Alan Biggs as well. I'm sure if you're watching it, you'll be able to see yourself. They are just going to be doing the minutes applause for Milan Mandaric. So I will be quiet for the next minute as they do. Oh no. They're playing Hi-O Silver Lining as their dear me. I am going to be quiet for the 1 minute. It is going to be applause, but I'm going to be quiet for that. There we go. That's the end of that minute's applause for Milan Mandaric. They are going to be doing that minute's applause on Saturday as well. If people missed that notice, so they've got a bit of flack, I think, for doing that this evening. I did ask the club to rethink the decision. The response I initially got was, "This is the next home game, so that's why we're doing it then." I thought that was a little bit distasteful, to be honest, but they are going to be doing that again on Saturday, so we can pay our condolences, because we'll all obviously be back at Hillsborough on Saturday. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Joe Lumley gets on in goal. Like I said, he only came in on, officially yesterday, I think it was, or was it Monday? I can't remember now, but it's not been many days either. So, I mean, I suppose if there's any position where you perhaps don't need to know everyone, maybe it is goalkeeper. You've only got one job, really, haven't you? But it's going to be interesting to see if there's any mix-ups in defence. The defence aren't really going to know what type of goalkeeper he's like. Is he one that likes to come off his line and do a bit of sweeper keeper, whatever, you know what I mean. But no, the kickoff the game has just got underway. Let me just get the graphics up on the screen, and you'll be able to see exactly what the time is as well. Let's bring which one are we going to bring on? Let's bring that one on there. So yeah, Middlesbrough come forward already. Oh, it sounds like a first round Carabao Cup tie or a Papa John's game. You know, when there was like next to nobody, and there is literally no one in the ground at all. It is. Clearly, the boycott has worked tremendously. You have to say, a lot of people staying away as the trust have asked. And yeah, it'd be interesting as well. Could this be the, if, and I hope he isn't, but if Depon Chansiri was to hang on, is this what we could be looking at next season? If Chansiri was here in League One, that's where we're heading, could this be the sort of attendances that we'd be seeing for home games? Makes you wonder, doesn't it, really, to be fair? Let's read some comments out whilst you're not missing anything, by the way. I'm sure you're all watching as well. We have got a throw-in, though. It looks like Ingleson is going to take it. He's going to launch it into the box. So we've got Iofa around the goalkeeper. We've got 3 men inside the 6-yard box. That's where the ball's heading. It's nodded back out, and Middlesbrough look to get it away. They're closed down, though. Keeping them in the corner at the moment. Can they win it back? Middlesbrough look to, that's a foul, referee. Oh no, the referee said play on. And Borough come forward over the halfway line. Wednesday get back and we'll win the ball back, and it goes all the way back to Iofa, and it looks like Lumley's going to get his first touch of the game, and he's to launch it high up over the halfway line, looking for Ugbo, who doesn't jump as always. Right, whilst the ball's in the middle of the park, I will read some of the comments out. Mark Hayes says, season ticket holder on the grandstand and I'm boycotting. Chansiri is destroying our club. Yep, totally agreed. The Owls, Chansiri is laughing at us, paid and not going. Yeah. George says if we all clap, they might hear us. Well, they could do. I said there's not many people there at all. It's going to be, obviously you can't quite hear it as well, but the atmosphere is going to be so strange. The Middlesbrough end is pretty much full. That West Stand is full, top and bottom as well. I don't know why have got these graphics in purple. I don't set them, by the way, so don't shout at me. TA says, just amazing, the non-attendance. I'm so happy. Matt says, Henrik looked angry. Flat's gone Wednesday 28, Middlesbrough. Is that points deductions, that Flat, or is that about the game this evening? Steve says 2.5 years since Lumley last played in the Championship. Clean sheet tonight, Steve. Absolutely nailed on, innit, to be fair. It would be the Wednesday way. George, been to friendlies with more people. Yeah, I think the last friendly I went to, well, we didn't have it last season, did we? But or this season, I went to the Luton one. When my lad was a mascot. And yeah, there was definitely more there than there is today. El Dano says, I'm fed up with this now. It's broke my heart. We've got the ball. No, that's totally wrong tune, isn't it? We're Sheffield Wednesday, and we've got the ball. James, why would anyone want to go to listen to Borough fans and watch us get hammered? Can't really answer that one, James, because I'm not one of those that see you. But I know exactly what you mean. Dean, why is Ugbo only 2 foot when he jumps? It's like Atinuio, isn't it? TA, this is very powerful. The fans really feels like we've scored a goal against Chansiri. Do you know what, Mitt? Right, I'll be brutally honest. Like, I don't think he gives 2 fucks. I honestly don't think he does. But we can't stop at this point. We can't just go, I don't care, so we're just going to pack it all in and just go back to normal. Like, we have to continue. But honestly, he says that he wants the best for Sheffield Wednesday Football Club. He is a liar. He is an absolute liar. Ball out wide to the left-hand side. On the left, ball comes in, squared it, and it's a goal. Morgan Whittaker, 5 minutes on the clock, and there we go, 1-0. That didn't take long, did it? Lumley's got his arms out. He's angry at something. I don't know what he's angry at, because he should have got a better hand to it, if I'm being perfectly honest. Fucking easy goal. Such an easy goal. We are fucking shit, aren't we? We are absolutely shit. just watching the replay now, the ball comes across to this left-hand side. He's in absolute acres of space. He slips the guy in. He's onside. It isn't offside. He drags it back. It goes past every single person. I think it's Harry Mass who perhaps should be picking him up, or is it Max Lowe? One of them, but neither of them have picked him up. And Morgan Whittaker, he doesn't actually catch it very well. It's not a clean strike that he gets on it, but he just gets enough. Well, it is a clean strike. He's side-footed it. It is a really good finish actually. He's come onto it with his left foot. Yeah, it's a good finish. He's kept it low to Lumley's left. It's not even in the corner either. Lumley does get a hand to it, but it's not a strong enough hand, and it's 1-0. It's 1-0 already. Andrew says 3-0. Well, that's one of the three already. Matt just turned it on and down already. Well, you can turn the game off. You leave me on, and we'll just talk about some. Is anything else on? Is it what's on other channels? Have we got something else that we can watch instead? Is there Traitors? Is that on yet? What time does that come on? Is that 9 o'clock that's on? Might put that on in second half and do something else. George, are any not walking out yet? Well, some might even still be walking in. They've scored that early. He's a crook and a liar and an utter scumbag. DC out. Yeah, Traitors seems apt. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I see what you've done there, John. See what you've done. James, that was not absolutely fabulous. Keep them coming in. Let's, as I'm talking about this, Middlesbrough are coming forward and, they've won it again. Oh, is it going to be 2? Oh, it's a good block from Dominic Iorfa. That looked like that was just going to head into the corner there. Could have been worse. It did look like that were going to go in if it didn't get the block. Pepsi Mango. Has anyone else tried Pepsi Mango? Let me know what you think. It's all right. And no, it's not got any whiskey in it or vodka or anything like that. I might need some though come the end. So yeah, get what you're saying, James, about DC not giving two shits, but this is hard to ignore. His pride will be hurting. As the corner comes in, it's nodded on. Cleared away only as far as... not even got to the halfway line. It's on the right-hand side again with Middlesbrough coming forward. This is going to be the theme, I think, all evening, to be honest. And I said at the weekend, that Middlesbrough are just... They've seen the blueprint of beating Sheffield Wednesday, and it's... coming at us really quick from the off, and that's exactly what they've done this evening, and they've obviously got the just rewards, haven't they, already? The Middlesbrough are just stroking the ball around here fairly easy and at will. Every player seems to have got so much space. I mean, we have forced them back into their own half at the moment, but they'll not mind. They're 1-0 up in a game where, you know, the pressure's gone pretty much now, isn't it, really? I know the game's not over and done with, but for them, they wanted to get that early goal. They wouldn't have wanted, you know, in my opinion, we'd be looking at trying to keep it at 0-0 for as long as we possibly can. You know, 10 minutes. Can we get to 10 minutes at 0-0? 20. Right, can we get to half time now, keeping it 0-0? And if we did that, we'd probably have a chance when it's 1-0. I mean, I know we have been behind in other games as well. Wrexham, we were 2-0 down. We were 2-0 down, 1-0 down, against Birmingham. We were 2-1 up at half time in that one. So it's not all over, but I think as the season goes on and as the games go on, you know, our effectiveness is going to get less and less and less. And yeah. John says, hope Chansiri enjoyed his all-you-can-eat buffet, though. Recent picture on X. I've not seen that one, John. Tag me in it and I'll have a look. James, Jamal Lowe, active as always. Lee Stuckbo is pressing for a change. Things when I read these comments, I don't know if you're taking the piss or not. We're at that stage at the moment. We've got the ball down the right hand side. He's trying to look for Jamal Lowe, and the Middlesbrough defender just shepherds the ball out, and it'll be a Middlesbrough goal kick. 10 minutes just gone. I wonder if they're holding the black and gold scarves up in at Hillsborough and chanting Chansiri out. Probably not. is my guess. George says, "Is this the Tyrese John Jules testimonial match?" You know what? When he signed, I thought he would have such promise. I thought we'd signed a decent player there. he played, one game, got injured and never saw him again, did he? Maybe he's going to have the same number of Sheffield Wednesday appearances as Joe Lumley in the end. Yeah, it's a free kick there. Palmer's brought down, but to be fair, it's six and one and a half dozen of the other. I think we were a bit fortunate there to get a free kick. Bergzorg is the one that brought him down. Is he the lad that was at Huddersfield, I want to say? Am I right in saying that? Delano Bergzorg. Yes, he was at Huddersfield. So no, I wasn't doing tricks on me. 26-year-old. I was on loan at Huddersfield. They've had him for a couple of seasons, Middlesbrough. 6 goals in 40-odd games for them so far. Felt like it went out, but they're going to play on, and it's just going to run out for another goal kick to Middlesbrough. Wigan says, what was the name of that winger we had on loan from Forest a couple of years ago? Oh, he had his name then. Alex Myton is the one that you're referring to, I do believe. Max Lowe gets it forward to is it Ike? No, it's Lowe that's gone down, but he's not going to get a free kick. Just didn't quite get the ball under control just outside the 18-yard box there. And Middlesbrough come forward and they're over halfway. Their passing is just slick. Every pass, it's just crisp. Much, much better. This is confidence, isn't it? You know, when you're second in the league, this is what you can do. You come away from home. All right, although it's going to feel like a home game. Actually, as well, I bet there is more Borough fans than Wednesday fans in there at the moment, which is mental. Here we go. Cross comes in. Ooh. I thought that was going in there. Conway at the near post kind of stabs at it to try and get it goalwards and just narrowly misses the left-hand post. It's too easy, though, to get in behind us. He just dragged it back, and it was very close. It was a bit of pressure from, who is it now, Max Lowe. But, yeah, it's a difficult one. He does well to get his foot onto it, but, yeah, lucky there. Could have been easily 2-0. Maple Leaf, any chance we can just simulate these games like on FIFA would make it less painful? Well, Football Manager 26 is out tomorrow on the beta, so if you've pre-ordered it, you'll be able to play that tomorrow. I will be doing some sort of Sheffield Wednesday save on there, which I might be doing on this dear YouTube as well. So if you're into your Football Manager content, if you want a bit more, something a little bit light-hearted, then yeah, you can see how I get on as being Mr. Henrik Pedersen. I've got the hair. I've got the correct hairstyle for it. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. I'm also going to do a couple of simulations as well. See exactly what the Football Manager database and the match engine think will happen this season. So yeah, that'll probably come out early next week, I would have thought. So do stick around for that one. Let me know if you're going to be playing Football Manager 26. I used to be such an avid player of that game. 2000, 2001. I always remember which was the one where Freddie Adu from Washington, D.C. was like this absolute wonder kid. It was mad as well because like now you just go on the internet and you can find all these things out. Like back then, how did you find Freddie Adu? Because nobody was played in the MLS. I don't know, but like you speak to anyone and they all knew about him. You know, I know you get the Games Master magazines where you'd have cheats and stuff for all your different PlayStation games and things like that. But I can't ever remember them being like or seeing some sort of article on Football Managers. We come away down this left hand side. It's Harry and Mass who's just going to cross it in. It's deflected. It's a poor cross to be fair. And Middlesbrough look to break, but they've just kicked it out of play. No, they haven't. They've kept it in. Joe, I really feel for these players. Like it's just a thankless task, isn't it? You know, I know it's a job, and I know when they do get paid, they get paid, you know, considerable amounts of money compared to most average people that are out there. But my oh my, like it's not enjoyable, is it, at all? You know, it really, really isn't. And I would like to know what they're actually thinking right now in this moment. You know, we've not even got the fans to. I mean, I was about to say there. Do I feel guilty? Do you feel guilty for not going? You know, let me know, because there's no shame in feeling like that, because you're torn, aren't you? Really, you're torn, because I think that's always been the message. You know, we'll back the players and things, but sometimes there's a bigger message, isn't there? There's a bigger point to all of this. I genuinely thought there'd be more people in. I am taken aback as to how many people have actually stayed away. Obviously, from the pictures that you can see, you can only see best probably 16, 17 rows up the north stand. I don't think you can quite see the seat that I sit in, which is row 17. So you can't obviously see higher than that, and of course, there's not really many shots of the south stand or the grandstand or even the Kop as well. So we're only kind of seeing the bottom of the north as the ball goes forward, looking for Harry Amass, I think it was. He's going to get nowhere near it. He's hounded out by two of the Middlesbrough defenders, and the ball goes out for another Middlesbrough goal kick. Craig says, you're streaming it, and where? On here? Yeah, if you're meaning Football Manager, then yes, I will be doing it on here, I think. We'll have to see. Wigan, I thought Martin was from Jamaica listening to your Tenable pod. He's not, though. He's from the USA. Yes, he is from the USA. Craig, we had internet when Freddie Adu was about. No, but he didn't have, he didn't have social media and stuff like that. I'm sure. Maybe I did see it on some sort of internet forum or whatever, message board as they were called then. Maybe I saw it on Bebo on MySpace. Matt, you're going A-rated star now, mate. Can I have your autograph, please? We're all Wednesday, aren't we? No, you will not be seeing me on Cameo or any of those other websites at all. Do you know what? Genuinely, it's nice when people come up to you and say, "Oh, you like the guy from the podcast and stuff." Like, I don't actually like it. Really, I'm quite shy as a person, believe it or not. I don't. It's just weird. It's weird and strange. But yeah, Tony played them all. Spent a fair few 100 hours each year in it. Yeah. Forget the match. Let's talk about Freddie Adu. I mean, there's not much to say about him, is there? Really, it was the wonder kid that never was in real life. It was tipped to be, the next best thing, weren't it? I always remember he used to always sign Lucas Radebe as well. He was always on a free transfer. The South African. He was always a good signing, especially if you're doing a save like in what would have been First Division then, wouldn't it? Really, back then. Daryl, we're in a mess again. How many times do we have to go through this? A club with our support shouldn't be suffering like this. It's a disgrace. Daryl being the guy who I normally sit next to. Daryl also boycotting this one. And also the one if you've got involved in the raffle, which is still going, by the way. At some point I'll retweet the link. He's getting rid. He's raffling off two of his signed shirts, Lee Gregory and a Josh Windass one from the season when we got promoted out of League One, raising money for the local hospice that cared after his dad, who sadly passed away. So I will retweet that at some point. I think it's £2.50 for a ticket. It's done on Raffall as well, that website, if you've seen it before. So yeah, that's Daryl, everyone. Mark, I do feel guilty for not going, definitely. Chaz says, no guilt, the players know why we aren't there. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that they don't know or things like that, and I'm sure they will do. It's just strange and weird, isn't it? And it must be a little bit off-putting as Middlesbrough come forward. Barry Bannon can't quite get his hands on the man as he kind of evades him, but it's a poor pass, and Wednesday looks to come away. Palmer laying it off to Dom Iofa, who can carry the ball up to halfway line. Maple Leaf, I have to believe the players know and appreciate what the fans are doing. Yeah, when it does boil down to it, we're doing this so they can get paid on time. In reality, let's get some owners in that actually pay people when they should be paid. Elliot, I'm emotional on two fronts. How well this has been followed, and seeing my season ticket and everyone around me completely empty. Yeah. Bobby Nutty, maybe people go to the new Aldi. Yeah. Let's all get in Aldi and sit. Maybe that projector that they've got on that the trust have got on the cop, they could change that and put Sky Sports on. Maybe maybe if they could all sit outside the Aldi. Oh dear, Joe Lumley's come out. Oh, what's happened there? Do you know what? That the if he'd have got sent off there, you literally couldn't write the script. He's not giving anything. I'm going to have a look at this again. Joe Lumley's a shit touch. Oh, he's got away with that. VAR sends him off. We have got away with one there massively. John, absolutely agree. Sometimes you just have to make a stand. We don't want much wanting a functioning club to support. He's ripping a community to pieces and something has to change. Yeah, agreed. Chris, evening, James. What have I missed? A lot of Championship manager chat. You've missed a goal from Middlesbrough, which I'm sure you can see if you just look at the score. Not much else, to be fair. Ado. Yeah. Not the Pack-Show version. The Borough player was offside and blocking Lumley's view. Yeah, I did see that replay. Do you know what, Matt? I'm kind of... It's like the Charlton goal, the second one that's offside as well. Nothing against the officials and things. I mean, just showing a shit, you could argue that they should have had a penalty as well just there, to be fair. We just know we're going to be beaten, so it doesn't really matter. Like, when it gets to the full time, they'll have scored another 4 more anyway, so it doesn't really matter that the first goal was offside or anything. No, do you know what? Fair play. Just showing you there, Harry Amass with a strong tackle, which, as I saw the Borough manager with his hands up in the air, it was a fair tackle, and then a couple of other strong challenges going in there. The players are putting 110% effort in. It's just whether that's going to be enough or not. Ball comes in, Iofa heads it away, but it's going to be a throw in about 10 yards out in front of the north stand. Steve, that should have been a Borough penalty, 100%. Wigan Hall ref levelling it up after their goal was offside. Yeah, maybe he was. Maybe he was doing that. Steve, yellow card, player was going away from goal. Yeah, agreed. Maybe I got a little bit excited there in the heat of the moment. One thing I would say as well, it's all Middlesbrough. You can see there, 65% possession. We've not even had a shot on goal, let alone on target in the first 23 minutes of this game. I feel like that's going to be the theme throughout. We've won the ball here. We're in our own half, and to be fair, Jamal Lowe's done well there to hold the ball up, to let people get kind of move forward. Literally, I didn't have an out ball at all. It was so deep. There's absolutely zero pace. We win the ball and we're just static, and it's just making it easy for Middlesbrough. Harry Mass gets it again. He's having to go backwards to Barry Bannon just to find a pass, to find someone to give the ball to. Bannon picks it up again. We're a bit better this time. We're in the middle of the park. It's Palmer it's Valerie who's striding forward, hits it, deflected, and it'll not travel out for a corner, and the goalkeeper collects it. John, can you imagine playing in these matches every single week? No backup, no help to come on. It must be exhausting going through the motions, knowing the potential outcome every game. And yet, I think also the players will be playing within themselves. Certainly in this game, we're 1-0 down. We weren't going to win the game anyway, even in normal circumstances. But the fact that we haven't got any players to really come on and change the game, these players here will know like they're the only ones we've got. Pick up an injury and that is it. Like, you've got when you're thinking about the whole team and stuff. So maybe they are not quite giving. I know I mentioned that 110% effort, like flying into a few challenges, but on the whole, as a full 90 minutes, they're not going to risk picking up any sort of injury or anything like that. They're just not. Also, as well, look at some of the players that are out at the moment. Deshaun Bernard, God knows what has happened with him. We heard that he was going to be kind of just after Oh, it's a through ball. He's through on goal. Middlesbrough. Oh, the flag has gone up. He did round the keeper. I don't know if the whistle went just before. Is it Bergzorg that got played through? It'd be interesting to see if he was offside. He did look like he was, to be fair, when it was played through. Ooh, it's close. It is close. I think he is. He is off. I mean, 20 years ago, you'd have just said that was okay. That he was in line. I think now, when you're talking about kind of shoulders and arms and stuff like that, and everything else, and then I think he was just off. Just. You can't really say, to be fair. John Smith says the worst thing about this boycott is having to look at his name. I mean, it's the irony and all that we choose not to go, and when we don't go, you see his name. I suppose what you could say is that is the reason why we're not going. That man there, that man that spelled. I mean, why did we actually not kick up a fuss about that? Now, when you think about it, why, when he changed those seats on the North Stand to say Chancery instead of SWFC, why did we just accept it as a fan base? Like, myself included, I'll include myself in that. I mean, can anyone remember when he did that? Did he do that straight after he came in? I can't recall when it actually was when that happened. It's just showing you the penalty incident or non-penalty incident as it may be. And Joe Lumley's he's let one in and got let off with another. Definitely, we could have been 2-0 down, or certainly be facing a penalty anyway. Ball comes out to his left hand side again. Acres of space. It's that ball again behind the defenders. Bergzorg got it. Plays it back. His back stick header. Oh, he should have scored. Should have been 2-0. I think it was Tommy Conway with the header. He's about a yard out. How he's got it over the bar from there, I have absolutely no idea. Too easy once again. You see him, he's at the back stick. Nobody picking him up. He has to score. He really does. All he's got to do is get it under the bar, and it's 2-0. Should have scored there. James said Borough fans poor. Yeah, I haven't heard them much, but you know what? As a fan base, you need the other fans to kind of feed off, don't you? But there's nobody there. It must be weird for them as well, really strange. Long ball forward. Ingleson wins. Is he going to win a throw in? He has. I don't think it was a throw in. I think it was a Middlesbrough throw there, but anyway, we'll take it. Matt, I missed the build-up and only just YouTube kids off. Was there much coverage on Sky on the boycott? Not sure. You have to ask the other guys in the chat if there was or not. I was doing this stream and putting the kids to bed, so I've not been. I didn't watch any of the build-up and stuff. Long ball forward. I mentioned about Barry Bannon not winning many headers. That's one header that I won't say won. He just headed it. But Middlesbrough come forward again. Always threatening Middlesbrough. It's literally a defence against attack at the moment, which, yeah, ball comes through. It's flicked on, but Wednesday managed to deal with it just. Jamal Lowe looks to bring it over halfway line, and he does. He gets it to Ugbo. A little 1-2, played through to Ingleson. Touches a little bit heavy, but he's still got it, and he's switched it out to his left-hand side, and Harry Amass. Can he find Max Lowe running on the overlap? No, he plays it inside to Bannon, who strikes it over the bar. Dan, a decent amount. Showed the trust projections outside, and commentators both mentioning how strange it is. John, we never said out about his name on the seats. We've never been in D-Taxi, and we've never had a D-Energy drink, but here we are. It wasn't D-Energy drink, was it? It was Elevate, weren't it? That was the energy drink that he had. Blue Sky is the other ones, but I do actually think they actually exist. Never had one, though, before. I've never seen one being sold either, although someone said the little shop near the Park Hotel sells, or used to sell, the Blue Steel energy drink. Whether or not it was just Lucozade with another sticker on it, I have no idea. Yeah, drink and kit maker, wasn't it? Yeah. Mental. elevate energy drink and also make kits as well. you couldn't make it up. Do you know what? The confidence from the Middlesbrough players there, they're in a bit of a tight spot, and they've just flicked it over the head of, I think it was Jamal Lowe, and got out of there fairly easily. But Hackney's just knocked it out of play. Steve says, nice stuff, that blue steel. Steve, you're the first person I've ever, I would say mate, I've never met you, but first person I've heard actually talk about it. George, look at Red Bull, they do all sorts. They don't manufacture kits though, do they? They sponsor a lot of stuff. Wigan has made a good point. Well, Yamaha make keyboards and motorbikes. Mitsubishi as well make a load of weird and wonderful things as well, if you have a look into that one. Must be all the Japanese companies. Must be all those companies in the Far East that just seem to do that. Lumley plays it out his left-hand side, and Harry Amass, who miscontrols it, but does win a throw-in, though. You have people that didn't see the messages that were projected on the cop outside the ground before kick-off. Then the Trust have tweeted a few images. Dapon Chansiri, get out of our club, is one. Another one, which is, will there be a Wednesday left for future generations? It's up to you. Say no to early bird season tickets. Defund Chansiri. Bannon just switches it out to this right-hand side, but it's headed away by Middlesbrough. Iofa wins it, and just giving possession straight back at the moment. Middlesbrough, Wednesday've got it about 25 yards out. Palmer, Bannon with a nice, neat little turn. Out to Max Lowe on this left-hand side. Jamal Lowe, Bannon. Dom Iofa has it now, looking to start some sort of move. Bannon's got it on his left foot. Can he find a good cross? Fizzes it in, straight into the goalkeeper's arms. And nothing doing. We're still yet to have a shot on target at the moment as we go on. John Smith says, right, so we found the theme of tonight. Companies that make more than one thing. Yeah. Any as diverse as Elevate. Old Geese says, is it too early for gin? 8:30? No, definitely not. Matt says, James, will you give my group a mention when you get a minute, please? It's Wawa. Yeah, that's over on Facebook. Go and join that Facebook group over there. You've not missed anything. Wednesday come over halfway. Ingleson has it. He's going to be dispossessed fairly. Is he going to come away with it? Yes, he does. Oh, Jamal Lowe's got it. That's a neat little turn. It looks all right, this. Left-hand side, Jamal Lowe. What's he going to do? He's going to go all himself right for... Oh, my God, that is absolutely terrible. What the fuck is he doing there? He did all the hard work. He did the turn. He cut inside on his right foot. I've no idea who we were trying to look for there. That was absolutely awful. George, sounds quite 50-50 from just watching this. I mean, we have been in the game a lot more in the last 5 minutes or so. But once again, just like the season, really, not really created anything of any note, to be honest. He says we've had 2 shots. Can't even recall having a shot. Were they shots or just crosses that went straight to the goalkeeper? Borough looked to come forward. So much room on this left-hand side if he can find his man. Is he going to find him? Yes, he does. Puts the ball across. It's blocked. But not only as far as the edge of the box. Can they do something with it? Can we keep him out? Well, good defending from the main man, Ike Ugbo, but we've lost it again. Valerie on the edge of the box. Are they going to shoot the... Oh! It's wide. He's another player that the Borough fan mentioned. Hayden Hackney. They all thought they were going to lose him in the summer, but they've, I think it was on Ipswich, I want to say. We're looking at him, and that deal, I think we're very, very close. But for whatever reason, he's stuck around at Middlesbrough. Lucy can't excuse that from an experienced player. I'm guessing you're referencing that pass or whatever it was from Jamal Lowe. Steve, this is just so depressing to watch, not just the football, the whole situation. I hope you're not meaning me, Steve. I hope I'm giving some sort of light entertainment this evening, of course. Lewis said, result if we're only one down at half-time, to be fair, keeps us in it at least. Yeah, totally agree with that, Lewis, because once that first goal went in after 5 minutes, it could have easily been 2, 3 or 4. But I think, again, Middlesbrough are taking pity on us. It's just, you kind of play to the same level as the opposition, don't you? And because it's so easy for them, or relatively easy, they're not really having to try, are they, really, to be honest? But that does play in our hands a little bit. But I just can't see where that goal's going to come from. I've said this every time, and we have scored in games recently, but we have only got the one goal at home this season, which I find out it's one goal, isn't it, at home? I'm not making that up, am I? It was one goal. It was just let's have a look. I'm sure it is one goal. Yes, it is one. One goal scored, 14 goals conceded at home. Mental. 14 goals conceded in 5 games. Nearly 3 goals a game. We've conceded 1 already. Make that 15. 15 in 6 as it stands at the moment. Wendy's just stroking it around at the back fairly easy. But Bannon's done a little bit of a flick in the totally wrong place and giving it away to Middlesbrough. Hayden Hackney come forward. But Sean Fisher will pick the ball up on the edge of the box. And he'll luckily get away with it. And he's striding forward now. Got a bit of pace on him, as Sean. Plays it out on his left-hand side to Harry Mass. Mass, he's not got really anyone to aim for in the box. There's 3 men there, but not really. He's kind of stood around doing nothing. Bannon's just stood there on the ball, foot on the ball. Nobody showing, nobody moving. And he passes it back to Fisher again. We'll go back all the way back to Bannon again. Bannon looking for something, flicked it over. Max Lowe, the furthest man forward at this moment in time. Middlesbrough have got it and look to clear on this near side. And it's a challenge from Hamas, and it is going to be a free kick. Ah, dear. Steve, last 10 what? Months? Years? Minutes, Steve. I know you're being facetious. Matt says, how'd it go in that there London? I didn't see much of it. It was literally a whistle-stop tour. Down on the train, taxi to the studios, which took forever. 45 minutes to do 5 miles. Yeah, and I know a reason why I don't particularly like London, to be honest. Should have gone on the tube, but it was all paid for and sorted for us, so, not really going to complain. Then did the show, and then straight back on the train. Spent a ridiculous amount of money in Greg's in the train station, and then straight back, and got back at midnight or just gone midnight. It went really quick, but it was a very long day as well. Jamal Lowe gets on the edge of the box, strikes it, deflected. Ingleson fumbles it. What's happening? Come on, someone do something. Oh, Ingleson stabs it towards goal, and the keeper manages to collect it at the near post. It was Jamal Lowe just had it on the edge of the box, and nobody seemed to close him down. They did eventually, and they did get a block in. It kind of comes to Ingleson, who has a couple of stabs at it and gets it goalwards. Not really much of a chance, to be honest. But yeah, the Jamal Lowe just picked it up on the edge of the box and could have easily been a decent chance there. Joel, funny how people have turned up but sit in silence, lol. Pathetic. Well, look, I mean, it's quiet at Hillsborough at the best of times, isn't it? I don't think... I'm not really sure. The people, no disrespect, but the people that are going on your diehards. Conway's come through and Joe Lumley makes a save. It's Max Lowe was chasing him down. It's a ball over the top. It's just a simple ball. Conway, one touch to take it into the box, and a bit of an unorthodox save that Lumley makes with his right hand. Why he's gone with his right foot, Conway, there. Clearly hasn't got a left. He should have hit it with his left foot there, to be honest, across the goalkeeper, but he kind of like tried to stab at it with his right, maybe trying to catch the keeper off guard a little bit, but yeah, Steve says a shot on target. Yes, we have had a shot on target. I mean, it's weird how the stats work, innit? That wasn't really it was a shot, but it was very easy to save. Joe says we're getting something from this game. I mean, look, 1-0 at half time. When we went 1-0 down after 5 minutes, it's probably the best that we could have hoped for, to be honest. I am going to set up a Twitter Spaces as well for people if they want to come up and let me know about the whole situation. Let me start that now. Start a space. If you want to come up and have a chat with me, then head over to X at WTID Pod is where you need to go for that. Let's have a look. Halftime reaction. It sounds so weird, doesn't it? It's literally like you can hear a pin drop in Hillsborough. And this is a league game. This is a championship league, like a game in the second tier of English football. And, you know, fair play to everyone. Everyone that's listening to this stream, and also those that obviously that have boycotted as well. Right, let's get this started. Joe Lumley has it, strokes it out to Dom Iorfa on this left hand side, short to Barry Bannon, who plays it long, looking for Jamal Lowe. It's a lovely touch from Jamal Lowe, but a little bit heavy. Keeper is alert, and the keeper gathers the ball fairly easily in the end. Craig says, I think there was a bigger crowd at Rail Bedford on Saturday. You wait for the 22,000 attendance announcement. Yeah. I would say there'd be a cheer that would go up, but again, the people that are there aren't really those. That's not them, that type of people that would do that, is it? Again, just surmising. Is Middlesbrough have it on the right hand side, square it across, and it's cleared away by Iorfa, only as far as Bannon, who can't clear it. They're out on this left hand side. They're inside the 18-yard box, trying to fashion a chance, but Wednesday are staying resolute and keeping them out at the moment. Just a welcome to all those on Twitter Spaces that have joined. We will be getting your reaction at half-time, hopefully, so make sure you press that request to talk button on the bottom left, and I will come to you at half-time. I can see we've got Vinny, we've got Zach and G. Great save from Lumley there, and he strikes it over the bar. Decent stop that from Lumley, to be fair. Let's give him the credit that's due. Just going to see a replay there. Cross comes in. It's headed straight back, 8 yards out. He's hit it into the ground. It's fairly easy. It's good height for him, to be fair, but a save's a save. Yeah, I think the striker, Bergzorg, would be a little bit disappointed that he didn't put that in one of the corners, to be honest. He kind of hit it into the ground. I think that took off a little bit of the venom of the shot, and it made it a nice, decent height for him to save, to be fair. Yeah, I can see I've got Zach, I've got G that wants to come up and speak. You two, I'll come to you in a second. We've got 10, 15 seconds until the 45, and we're just waiting to see how many minutes there'll be. I'm sure there'll only be the 1 minute of added time. And it is just a minute of added time until we get to the end of the first half. And do you know what? I don't want to count with chickens before they've hatched, but 1-0 at half time. Look, Iorfa passes it to Lumley, who slices the ball straight out of play. He's not happy. Not an happy chappy, is he, Joe Lumley, at the moment? Middlesbrough have it, and they'll chip it to... Yeah, he was looking for the edge of the box, and it's collected by Joe Lumley, who just hits it long, looking for Jamal Lowe. Middlesbrough will just kick it out of play, and it's a throw-in. Got another 20 seconds left for this first half so far. It's taken quickly. Palmer to get it to the back stick. Can he find someone looking for a mass? It's headed away. And that's now half time as the half time whistle goes. Right, let's. What did you make to that first half so far? I must admit, when we went 1-0 down, I thought the floodgates were going to open somewhat, but the fact that we've kept it to 1-0. I mean, Middlesbrough have had a few chances. I think we got lucky with that penalty appeal. When you watch it back, Lumley doesn't get anywhere near the ball whatsoever. Whether or not the keeper was whether the referee was taking pity on us or not, because when he showed you the first goal, it did look like Conway was impeding the goalkeeper and in an offside position. So, maybe it was just evening that up. But do come up if you are over on X Spaces. Press that request to talk button and I'll come and speak to you. I've got Zach. I've got Peter. I'm going to come to Zach first if I can. Zach, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
How's it going, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. I missed first 20 minutes because I didn't know it was starting so early. I thought it'd be a bit later, but missed. Yeah,
well, what do you make to what you've seen? I mean, obviously you only missed the goal. The goal came after 5 or 6 minutes in that first half, and they looked a little bit all over the place at the start. But I feel like as the half's gone on, they've probably come into the game a little bit more, but still not got that cutting edge, have they, when they get into that final third?
No, not really. It's just Joe Lumley. He made a few good saves, but we've signed an emergency keeper for our emergency keeper.
I know, you can't make it up, can you? The situation that we find ourselves in is pretty wild at this moment in time. But yeah, I mean, what were your expectations going into this one, just from the footballing perspective at the moment? We're 1-0 down at the moment. Are you happy with that? Is it what you expected? Did you expect us to be behind by more? What were you thinking?
Well, I'm quite we're only 1-0 down. We should be able to do it, but let's face it, Wednesday we're not going to, are we?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you'll have seen the pictures as well. Hillsborough looks, well, as empty as I've ever seen it in a long, long time, to be honest. Certainly for a league game, anyway. What do you make to that? Obviously, I believe, Zach, you're a season ticket holder. Is that right?
Yeah. I was in two minds whether to go or not, but because I've seriously already got my money. Yeah. It's like it's not like I'm buying a ticket. He's already got my money, so I have a ticket to go. But also, not being there is also a chance here of thinking, oh, well, no one's coming to games. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What was the deciding factor then for you not going this evening? And Zach.
Well, I go with my uncle and he's working, so that's near enough. That's it.
Yeah, are you missing it, Zach? I said earlier on the stream, I am, for those listening, I'm also live on YouTube as well. I said earlier on before kickoff that I do feel there's a part of me that is a little bit guilty. I mean, I'm just being totally upfront and honest. My own personal opinion, like football's something I enjoy. I enjoy going. I look forward to it and things like that. And not being there is, I do want to be there, but obviously I've made that decision not to be, and and like many other people have as well. But what's your take on it all?
Well, so I'm sat. Well, it's actually worked out a little bit better because I'd probably be sat there freezing, watching Wednesday lose. Where now I'm at home, got telly on, got a blanket, got a spag ball. Do you know what? I'm living life.
Okay, great stuff. Zach, normally we have a lot of time to chat, but obviously we've only got limited time at half time. But Zach, thanks for coming on, pal. Do really appreciate it, as always. Thanks for coming on. I'm just going to read a few comments out that we've got over on X, and then I'll come to Peter. Sean says, brilliant effort for the boycott, a lot more than I thought. Can we reciprocate this for the derby? Obviously, that is in a few weeks' time, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm sure the Trust have got something up their sleeves for that. Mark says, is it full time yet? Not just another 45 minutes, Mark. You know what? We're only 1-0 down. Still got a chance. Duncan, defo a pen, but Conway was offside. Pete, more fans for us yesterday. Pete being the guy that I was with yesterday in London. We did have a live audience, which was a little bit nerve-wracking. Adam Fisher looked bright, great feet. Jarv says get Bailey on for Ugbo. Yeah, maybe that's going to be a change that he'll be making. Probably on 60 minutes, I would have thought. And then we've got Mark just says half time. Don't really sure what that comment is all about, to be fair, Mark. But you are right. It is half time. Let's come to Peter then, if I can. Peter, mate, how's things all right?
Yeah, I'm all good. This is a bit strange talking at half time, isn't it?
It's what we do on these watch-alongs. I know you're home and your support goes home and away, so you probably don't see these. But
no, I don't. No, it's a bit. Do you know? I turn my dodgy box on about 25 to 8, and in a really strange kind of way, when I saw the crowds, the lack of crowds, and how sparse it was, and then I saw the projections onto the cop. I felt a lot better. I felt that I'd made the right decision.
Yeah, I thought there'd be a lot more people there, Peter. I thought there would be.
I did
quite a lot.
And I think the trust have done an absolutely outstanding job in, first of all, with the projections onto the cop, back of the cop, and the numbers. I mean, I'm looking at some of the replays now. The lack of people in the north stand in the cop is just it just. I think it says it all about us. We've come together on this one, definitely, and and then the Sky cameras, as they started panning round, and you can see people sat in the stands with the black and gold scarves, and I'm thinking, geez, what the hell are you doing? Why have you got a black and gold scarf on, but you're still at the match? What's all that about?
Yeah.
It's just, to me, it's all, it's... Tonight is the hard work of the trust. It's yes, whilst it's quite emotional and it's very, very sad in a way. I heard Alex Miller talking about it tonight. Before the game, tonight's a very sad night for Sheffield Wednesday in what's happened, and we all know who's responsible. Try and not mention his name, but sadly we have to on occasions. But let's hope that tonight is the beginning of the end, the beginning of the real end. We've had so many false dawns so far. We've had quite a few false dawns. Let's hope it's getting near the end. And I'm just watching the penalty that was never a penalty, was it, by the way?
What, the one for Joe Lumley?
Oh no, your eyes must be, if you think that's a penalty, your eyes must be painted on.
Why is it not a penalty? Why is it not a penalty, Peter? Because
I'm winding you up, James. I'm winding you up, mate. Yeah. That was the most blatant penalty ever.
I was going to say, my estimations, you nearly went down there, Peter, when you were saying that, because it is the most nailed-on penalty you've ever seen in your entire life.
Absolutely.
Do you think you were just trying to level it up a bit? Because do you think he felt he got it wrong with the other one?
Possibly, I don't know, but I think the result's irrelevant. I think we've already won more friends, won more people over by the Sky Pictures have done it for us. This will send shockwaves around the Championship. This will send shockwaves around the whole football world about what one man has done to our club. And I keep banging on about it, and I don't want to get too political, but there's other people responsible as well. Whilst I'm looking round, I can see who's in the chat, and it's great to see. It's great to see some people in this chat tonight. I can see Chris Lee there, and I can see other people who I've known for a long, long time, and it's great to hear that or see that we're all sort of in this together, and that's a good warm feeling tonight. Forget the result. The result's not important. They'll probably come out and steamroll us in second half. I hope they don't, but if they do, it don't really matter, because tonight we expect nothing. But the big thing tonight is we've been proven already in the first half. We've stuck together as fans, and we've proven a point.
Joe, for me as well, obviously, the Trust do a lot on social media and stuff. I know they've obviously had a presence in person. They do a lot of, on local media and stuff like that. Look North and Calendar, all those sorts of places. But clearly the message is getting round as well. All the social media posts aren't going to reach absolutely everyone. All those people that aren't here today have not just seen it on social media. It's from people talking to each other and telling each other, and a lot of the discussion around, when you meet another Wednesday fan, normally, you're like, do you follow football? You know, yeah. Who do you support? Wednesday United or Wednesday? And then it's like, oh, like people can't wait to tell you, oh, I'm a season ticket holder. And then now it's, are you boycotting? You know what I mean? Are you not going?
Yeah.
That's like the next question, and it's
This
what
is
people are all talking about at the moment.
This kind of publicity tonight, you cannot buy it. It's absolutely priceless. And we all know now that tomorrow and Friday, that's all you're going to hear on TalkSport. Jim White and Simon Jordan in the morning, they're going to talk about the boycott. And did you see the pictures last night at the Middlesbrough game? Sky will be kicking themselves in a way for putting this match on, simply because there's zero atmosphere. It's no good. This is nuts.
You said that, Peter, but it'll be just like the Peterborough game.
It's a new story, yeah.
Yeah, and people will be talking about it on group chats. So they'll be going, have you seen how many, like people that aren't really invested in the situation, other fans of other football clubs they'll put it on the group chat. Have you put Sky Sports Football on? There's literally nobody at Hillsborough. What's going on there? You know, have you seen it? I've never seen it so empty in my life. Do you know what I mean? And people will flick it on and be like, oh yeah, like, you know, because it's different, isn't it? It's not really what.
These companies, I'm looking at the adverts now. There's an advert on in the Sky News now for the Turkish Travel Authority. These will have paid thousands and thousands of pounds for these adverts on Sky at the moment. It's cost Sheffield Wednesday supporters just absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
cost them nothing.
You're saying they paid thousands for it. I think Sky viewing figures will be up because. All the 15, 16,000 fans that are in the ground aren't there, and they're all watching it instead. Do you know what I mean? They're all watching it on Sky.
But what the point I'm trying to make, James, is this advertising, what we're getting now, it's free advertising. It's priceless to us, and we can't. You know, it's a complete win-win for us. It really is.
Yeah, there's parts of me though that thinks. I said it earlier on in the stream how. Someone said Chansiri will be hurting, and I really hope he is from a mental standpoint. You know what I mean? I would never wish any physical pain on anyone, but more I was kind of
not even Chris Wilder.
And on nobody, mate. On absolutely nobody. I'm not that type of person, Peter. But when it comes to. I was saying I don't think he actually cares. He can't care, like because if he did care, he wouldn't have got to this stage. Do you know what I mean? So there is a part of me that's I hear some people saying, "What's the point in doing all this?" And it's a great point to make, but I feel like we're at this stage now with all the protesting where you can't stop, because as soon as you stop, he's won. So we have to keep going, keep doing what we're doing, keep ramping it up. It's a massive stance that fans have taken. You could argue, I know it's only one game, but for us Northerners, we've paid for something and we're not using it, and that's unheard of. Do you know what I mean? But for people to have made that decision to do that, the next step is, are we potentially looking, when you look at the ground at the moment, are we potentially looking at season ticket figures for next season if Chansiri is still here? Because it makes you wonder, doesn't it, really, to be fair?
Yeah, of course it does. Yeah, absolutely. We've said this. The next big thing is the season ticket renewals. If he's still here when they get brought out, but maybe the next show of action is when it's announced that if and when he goes, is the attendance at the very next game and what is spent there. I mean, what we can spend on the concourse is what we can spend in the shop. But once he's gone, the place will be sold out. I'm sure it will.
Yeah, John, I'm actually quite excited, if I'm being honest, about that time coming around. Where it is announced and where it gets handed over. I hope he's not even there. Like when you saw the pictures when Chansiri took over and Milan Mandaric, he handed him some sort of like bronze owl, didn't he? When there's those pictures.
Yes, he did.
Where he's bought the football club.
Yeah. I
really hope that he doesn't. Nobody's there. From a Chansiri perspective or persuasion, I just hope that it's just the new owners that have taken over. Do you know, I don't want Amadou Pakshao to be there waving goodbye. I don't want anyone at all doing that. Do you know what I mean? I just want it just to be the new owners. And when that happens, like I said, I'm actually excited as to what it's going to be like. Some sort of it'll be like a carnival atmosphere, won't it? To be fair.
It will, and I've said it'll be the biggest. The time he goes, that'll be the biggest party in the world on Hillsborough Corner, and it'll be like a Derby Day win, all in one when he leaves. I've said for a few weeks now. I hope it's announced before the Derby match comes up, because that'll be the next big test for the trust if they announce another boycott, and that's a question that I don't think they want to get asked. But that's for another day. Let's try and enjoy the rest of tonight. In a sad way, let's try and enjoy the rest of tonight. But
yeah, just before I end this, because obviously the players are just coming out, about to start the second half. I think this is a precursor to what is coming next. Is all I'm gonna say.
Let's hope so.
This is let's test the waters. Let's see what sort of appetite fans have actually got for not going to a game. They've picked one that people can still watch. Just saying that the Steel City derby is on terrestrial TV. Just putting that one out there as well. So, but no, Peter, thanks for coming on, pal. Really appreciate it. You're welcome, as always. Pal, mate. If people want to carry on and listen to myself, then head over to YouTube. There's a live stream currently going off, and the second half is just about to get underway. But thanks for joining, and I'll be coming back at full time to do a full time reaction. Can we get something out of this game? Can we wrestle a point from absolutely nowhere, it seems, but no, I'll see you then. Thank you very much, and join us over on YouTube. Cheers. Right, the second half has just got underway. No changes, I don't think, at half time. I've been chatting to Peter and Zach at half time, getting their thoughts on what they think of the first half so far. I don't think there's been any changes. No, there hasn't. So it's as we were in the first half, as Middlesbrough look to come forward. He's offside there. Surely he is. He's going to touch it. Is the flag going to go up? Yes, it is. And Whittaker's... is it Whittaker? No, it's Bergzorg. Not happy. Thinks he's onside. I think he was definitely off. But I don't know if we're going to see a replay or not to see what it was like. I'll read a few comments as we're waiting. James says, I never expected so many people to follow the boycott. To be honest, still boggles how people still want to go. Steve, do you reckon they'll put the 22,000 attendance on the scoreboard, James? It will be around 22,000 because they've brought quite a few, filled top and bottom for the Borough. I didn't really know they had that much of a... Yeah, the other times they've come, have they had the top and bottom? I know they normally fill the top, but no, great effort from the Borough fans. It's not exactly 2 minutes away, is it, either? And on a Wednesday night as well. That was one of the questions that I got actually on the not to give it away totally, but the question, one of the questions we had was, how many games since 2000 have Sheffield Wednesday played on a Wednesday? Get your answers in the comments, and see if anyone gets that one right. How many times have Sheffield Wednesday since 2000 played? I don't know if this was a league game or a cup game or not. Let's just say league and cup on a Wednesday. See if anyone gets anywhere near. Steve says DC will never set foot in Sheffield again. Steve, I hope you are right. Craig says we need to boycott the United game. I'm sure after this one, that's what the attention will shift towards as Wednesday come forward. Max Lowe's got it on this left-hand side and he's won a corner. Can we do something from this corner then? Danny, reckon there'll be a way to obtain actual attendance as opposed to reported. Danny, I'll try my best. There will be, because you scan in. They've got a number. They know how many people have come in, and there will be someone out there that certainly knows the answer to that question. So, Danny, I will try and endeavour to find out for you in the next coming days. Whether I'll get that information or not, who knows? But I'll certainly ask the question. Right, Bannon with the corner. Left-footed. Looks like it's going to be an out-swinging corner. He floats it in, actually, looking for Dominic Iorfa, who heads it, nodded it, go on! Oh, my God, I thought that was going to go in. Ugbo couldn't get his head on it, and, it was close to being an equaliser there. Bannon floats it in, looking for Iorfa, who heads it. It hits one of the Middlesbrough players. Oh, so unlucky, Ugbo, not to get ahead on that one, but the keeper does well in the end and gets bundled into the goal, but it's out for a throw-in. Ingleson looks to take it long, around about 25 yards out with his long throw, looking to get it into that 6-yard box. The throw comes in. Oh, dearie me. I think it flicked up on one of the Middlesbrough players there, and... is it a Middlesbrough player that gets a foot on it? No, it isn't. It does touch someone, though, so it would have counted if it had gone in. You remember the throw-in, was it Birmingham against Villa? I want to say it was the Villa keeper. I can't remember his name now. When they took the throw-in and it went under his foot. And because it just glanced his studs as it went under. The goal was given. Obviously, you can't score directly from a throw-in, of course. If nobody touches it, it'll end up being a corner, I think it is. Steve says, always enjoy Peter's calls. Yeah, regular caller on the show. Paul, 22,000, really? That's what it'll probably come up as. John, if we get it right, get a free T-shirt, James. Maybe for the first one, if they do. Nobody's had a guess yet, though. How many times have we played on a Wednesday? Chris says Ugbo was like a flying salmon. Yeah. Enkelman, you're right. Peter Enkelman was the goalkeeper for that game. Danny says if Ugbo scores tonight, he's definitely not selling for less than 100 million. Matt, 17, nope. James, 11, nope. 11. We've played on a Wednesday 11 times since the year 2000. You sure? Wednesday coming forward. Bannon has it. Little back. Do you know what? I know Bannon's got it in his locker for these little flicks and stuff. But there's an element where I just think, keep it to the basics. Like, I don't want to dig him out and stuff. But he's done it a few times already today. I think some have come off, but the vast majority don't. And it's not that you can't do it. I just think other people aren't expecting it. You know, you don't see anyone else doing that. And if you watch a Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea, those Arsenal, any of those teams, it's like common occurrence that these little flicks here, there, and everywhere. Every player is able to do that because it's only Bannon that even tries it. I just don't think the other players are kind of expecting it. Ball goes forward. Middlesbrough get to the edge of our box, but we managed to pick it up. Do you know what? This second half started okay. We've had more of the ball than what Middlesbrough have. I think I've mentioned it a few times already this season. I think some of the teams have underestimated us, and I think because they got that early goal, they're like playing to our level, the game's just slowed right down, which is playing into our hands a little bit. We come forward, Amas looks on his left-hand side and finds Jamal Lowe. Jamal Lowe to Max Lowe. Can he get the cross? And he can. It's cut back. Ingleson hits it! Good save. Nearly an equaliser there. It was a good chance, that. Chaz says 40 Wednesday night matches. No. Matt, 5. No. Danny, 5. No. I'm not going to... Well, you're miles off. Only 5 times played on a Wednesday night since year 2. So in 25 years, you've only seen Sheffield Wednesday play 5 times on a Wednesday. Come on. He's as bad as Jimmy Bullard. Right, looks like we've got it's a corner from Bannon again. Whipped in, looking for Ugbo again. It comes straight back out to Bannon. Can he have another chance to get it in? He does. He gets it to back post. Ingleson keeps it in. Jamal Lowe has it now. Can he get a cross in? Yes, he can. Oh, headed away. And looks like Middlesbrough will clear it, but it's only as far as halfway. When's he going to chase? Palmer. No, it's Max Lowe who gets it. I'm still not going to get Max Lowe, Liam Palmer, Jan Valery. I need to get my eyes tested, don't I? Really, to be fair, that would help. Well, I don't need them tested. I just need glasses. It's such a difficult job as well, like the commentary. Like how commentators do it. I know you'll say, well, it's their job, but it is difficult. Harry Mass gets it on halfway, and we can have a bit of a counter-attack here. Jan Valery with it. Can he find someone out left? Barry Bannon has it. Flicks it forward for a mask. Someone's on the edge of the box. Can he find him? Palmer. Barry Bannon whips it in, left-footed. Jamal Lowe trying to get his head on it, but Middlesbrough look to clear. But it's still back to Sheffield Wednesday. Max Lowe finds Harry Mass on his... Oh, is that going to be a corner? No, it's not. Andy says, what actually is the end game for Chansiri? Does he think he can come out of all this with either the money he wants for the club or reconciliation with the fans? Mate, Andy, like, we're asking this question constantly. I have absolutely no idea what he thinks he's going to do. We've all got his opinions and his conspiracy theories, I'm sure. I don't think it's as, Steve says he's trying to sell the club but keep the ground. I don't think it's as straightforward as people are making. Some people saying Harry Mass gets it, back stick header. EK Ugbo. Do you know what? We all said that we're going to have a party when Chansiri sells the club. I think we'll have an equally as big party when EK Ugbo scores a goal. It's chipped to the back stick, and I don't know if that's come off the Middlesbrough player, to be fair. I think we're a bit unlucky there not to get a corner from that one, but Middlesbrough look like they're going to make a sub. Yeah, as I was saying, I don't think it's as simple as... I see a lot of people saying he's wanting to get as much money back for the club as he's sold it for. I genuinely don't think it's as simple as that. I'd love to say it was, but no, is it Tommy Conway that's... No, it's not Tommy Conway. It's Target that looks like he's limping and he might be replaced, but they're not going to make the sub just yet, or are they? No, it's not. It's Strelic that's coming off. Lucy 250, closer, but not close enough. 107. That's nearer the answer that we gave, but no, still 56. No, Melissa's the closest so far. No, Andy's the closest so far with 152. 67. Danny Smallman. Are we talking at Hillsborough? No, just games on a Wednesday that Sheffield Wednesday have played. Charles 120, no. 73, says Paul, no. George, you just wait till one of his accumulators comes in. Obviously, reference to Chanceria. Critter says 108 games, no. Rob 108, no. Not 108. It's more than 108. 183. I can't remember. 180, I think, was the actual answer. 180 times Sheffield Wednesday have played on a Wednesday. What I did, I said 25 seasons. I was like, we play on a Wednesday quite a lot. Jake was saying, it's always Tuesday night. I'm like, it isn't. We play on a Wednesday a hell of a lot, certainly at home as well. So I was like, it's got to be at least 4 times a season, surely, at least. So I wanted to go 100. We settled on 85. The other team went for 15, and I think it was about 180 something. I think the actual answer was, but yeah, there we go. So that's what 7, 8 times, between 7 and 8 times a season on a Wednesday. Matt, and how many of those were at Hillsborough? I don't know. I didn't ask him that one. It was a question had long gone. You can watch it though. If people are wondering, I was on the game show called Call Yourself a Fan yesterday, which will be aired a week on Friday. So you can find that on their YouTube channel. I think you can get it on Spotify as well. So yeah, Call Yourself a Fan, it's called. Go and have a look and go and watch that next week. You haven't missed anything, by the way, but we do have the ball on halfway, and Harry Mass, what a player Harry Mass is, by the way. I'll be gutted if he does leave in January. Finds Barry Bannon on the edge of the box, plays it out to Max Lowe. Look for the cross. It's a low one, and it's dealt with fairly comfortably by Middlesbrough. It's hacked it away, and it'll come as far as Barry Bannon, who will pass it back to Iofa, and we're back into our own half, and Palmer. If anyone was wondering as well, it does look like Palmer. I didn't reference this, but Palmer's playing at centre back, so it wasn't Sean Fisher as we thought. Megson changed our home games to Tuesdays, says Matt. Yeah. Middlesbrough fans in fine voice at Hillsborough. I wonder if there's been any chance in the home end. Can't see there being many, if any. Matt, I'll bring it up again, but you don't need to keep putting the same message in there, to be fair. Go and join his Facebook group that he keeps banging on about. Middlesbrough have a strike. It's saved from from Lumley. He's got the Horvath gloves on, I think, and just palms it out, but it's come to safety and we managed to clear it to halfway. Matt says we need to keep hold of Lumley. Chris Fisher looks 10 years older without his dreads, I think that's supposed to say. Target crosses it in. Keeper's going to come. He's got a hand to it. Managed to evade the onrushing Borough player, but they've still got it and they're looking to get it across. Edge of the box. Strikes it. Oh, good save, Lumley. Fantastic save, that. Yeah, Andy, good. Another good save. Agreed. Middlesbrough still have it. Probing around the box at the moment. Wednesday working hard to try and keep him away, and Palmer puts it into Rose Ed in the south stand. Stevie's keeping us in the game. Agreed. I do agree with that one. He has picked out some good saves at the moment. Rob, can we do a swap and send Horvath back? Middlesbrough still have it. Edge of the box. Trying to look for a shot. He's hit it and it's blocked by Domayofa. And Palmer will look to get it away. Looking for Ike Ugbo, but it's gone straight to the Middlesbrough player and it'll go all the way back to the goalkeeper. Oh, Middlesbrough coming down this right-hand side, but you'll never beat Domayofa in a foot race, unfortunately, and it goes back to Lumley, who will clear it, but Middlesbrough win the header. It's a bit of, yeah, you have it. No, you have it instead. You know, nobody can really pick up possession, but Middlesbrough do have it now on this left-hand side. Bergzog looks to try and get past Fischer, but he can't get past him. Good defending by Sean. Edge of the box, Hackney hits it, and it's deflected, and it's going to go behind for another Middlesbrough corner. How many corners is that Middlesbrough have had so far? Only two apiece. It felt like more than two. I'm sure we've had more than two corners. Surely. James says even Bazza looks like he's giving up. Yeah, it's a shame if that was to happen. I think. Oh, what a save! What a save from Joe Lumley. The corner comes in, it's outswing, it's a glancing header, back stick, and he's poked it goalwards, and it's just gonna go under the bar, and Lumley dive into his left hand side, right hand tips it over the bar. Great save. James, absolutely fabulous. I'm going to steal that. Let me put a tweet out. Chris, bloke was slagged off rotten in X. How shit he is. It's funny how things happen like that. I'm sure he will have seen it. Like I'm not being funny. Players that say they don't look at it, I think they're lying, to be honest. But that'll spur people on in a way. You know, it's not nothing to lose, has it? It's like, what, 7 days? One game. That's all he's got. You know, if Wednesday fans hate him, like, so what? He's, 30 years old now, coming to the, I would say, end of his career. Probably not. He has still got a few years left in him, but fair play. Like I said, swapping for Horvath. Target gets past one player and another. Have we cleared it? No, we haven't. They've still got it. Strike from Bergzog, but it hits the side netting. 63 minutes gone. Still only 1-0 to Middlesbrough. You stole that off me, James, lol. Matt says it's a Craig David loan. Yeah, agreed. Unforgettable says, just as ChatGPT, when was the first Sheffield Wednesday match at Hillsborough on a Wednesday? It didn't know. Tut. KD says, can we swap emergency keepers? Theo James recruitment says, if we pull off a 1-1 here, Lumley will go down in folklore. I think it's Theo James recruitment. Apologies if it's not. I couldn't see I'm sure it is. If I've got it wrong, apologies. I know you're one of our Patreon members, though. Do you know what? This will be playing into our hands at the moment. Obviously, Borough will be looking to get a second goal and really kill the game off. Because I think if they do get that second goal, it will do just that, to be fair. But whilst ever it's 1-0, we're still in it, aren't we? It only takes a goal to get it back to 1-1. We saw that in the Birmingham game. Paul Goodison says, where has he come from? He's come from Bristol City, I want to say. I think I'm right in saying that. Yes, on loan from Bristol City. He hasn't played for Bristol City, though. He's not played many games at all, to be fair, when you look at his palmares. Bannon goes back to halfway line and Domayofa. Harry Mass playing a little bit more centrally, Harry Mass, today. Switches it, looking for Shearer, but he can't find him, and Borough look to get on the counter-attack, and Hayden Hackney stabs it forward, and it's going to be a throw-in for Middlesbrough as Valerie closes him down. Yeah. Lumley's played for QPR, Bishop Stortford, Accrington Stanley, Morecambe Stevenage, Bristol Rovers, Blackpool, Gillingham and Donny, all on loan from QPR. Then he went to Borough, 34 games for them. Reading on loan. Then he was at Southampton. Then he's just signed for Bristol City. He hasn't played a league game, and he's now on loan at us for a week. Craig says, I don't think these are that good. I said it before that they've come down to our level. They've dropped. I saw a bit of them on Friday against Ipswich, and they did look very good. Obviously, Ipswich are a good side as well. Well, should be. And obviously, they've raised the game now. They're not getting closed down that much. Certainly in their own half, they're just passing it around. Their energy levels have dropped, and it's difficult to you kind of end up matching each other, don't you? Really, to be fair, they do have it though on this right hand side. They're going to get across in the box. It's come low, easy to deal with, and we just managed to get it away, but do it well. And Harry Mass looks to come forward, plays it inside. Liam Palmer driving forward. Go on, Palms. On this right-hand side to Jamal Lowe. Can he get a strike off? He passes it back to Palmer again. It's going to be a corner. Really, you know what? Credit to Palmer there. He must be absolutely bollocks, by the way, because he's ran all the way from our own half with the ball for the vast majority of it, and carried his run on and received it as well. So fair play to Palmer there. Rob, league this year is piss poor, if I'm honest. Totally agree, Rob. This is a terrible. Other than Coventry, who are pretty much running away with it at the moment, other than that, Middlesbrough, 2 wins in 6, still second. And we're only 10 games. Amas gone deep, and the keeper will collect the ball. They've gone long. It's 2-on-1 here, but Max Lowe looks to be able to mop it up, and he does, and he clips it out to Harry Mass on this left-hand side. That was dangerous. That Middlesbrough looked for an early kick forward. Yeah, KD Tech says, I keep seeing the badge on Pedersen's got on, but I can't see what it says. Can anyone else see what it says? The ball's going forward. Ugbo looking to get there, and he balls to the keeper, who clears it just as far as halfway. Max Lowe gets his head on it. Yeah, James says it's a racism initiative that he's wearing, yes. KD Tech said, I thought he might have said piss off chance here. Imagine if it did. But Mass, little back heel for Barry Bannon, who's going to clip it to the back stick. He does. He's found Lowe, nods it across. Couldn't get my words out then. Excited that we'd had an attack. Do you know what? Much better this second half. I think if you'd not seen the first 5 minutes, it's been pretty even, to be honest. Both sides creating half chances at the moment. Lumley obviously keeping us in it. They're thinking about it. Lumley has kept us in it in this second half, but it's a close game. Ingleson is coming off, going to be replaced by Bailey Cadamartre. Don't mind that. I think Ingleson's played a lot of minutes recently, so it's another 3-game week. We've got Oxford, of course, on Saturday. Another home game. 3 games in 7 days. Another floated corner, looking for Dom Iorfa. Oh dear, for Shearer's first touch. He's tried to clip it out wide and it's a poor touch. And oh dear, what's happening here? Lumley comes miles out. Are they going to have a shot? Oh dear, it's a bit raggy arse Rovers at the moment. Lumley's come well outside of his box. That was all a bit weird. Lumley's come miles out of his box. It's a poor clearance. Goes to their man. Rather than go for the shot, he's tried to clip it forward, and we've just managed to keep it. Glenn, how do Middlesbrough compare against Coventry City? Coventry were by far the best team that I've seen so far this season. Middlesbrough, as I've been saying just 5 minutes ago, someone else mentioned it in the comments. They don't look great, and I have to agree. Really, they have had a few good chances, but I think they've just dropped to our level, and there's no real intensity there. A lot of misplaced passes and stuff. But no, I'm not that impressed by Middlesbrough, to be honest. I mean, I think Coventry were 4-0 up at this point, weren't they? Or maybe even 5 after 70 minutes. So the fact that it's still 1-0 at this point, I think it's almost like a bit of a moral victory as it stands. 1-0. I know we don't get anything for it, but I was really expecting an absolute hammering this evening. I mean, it still could be. Let me not get too ahead of myself. But Bannon clips it forward. He's looking for Bailey Cadamarchu. I forgot to mention that he's come on for Ingleson, who's come off. Middlesbrough coming forward again. That's a lazy tackle there from Sean Shearer. Looks like he's going to get a booking, and he is going to go in the book for that one. It is a bit of a poor tackle, that one, if I'm being honest. That fat bloke says, watching this game has got me wondering, why is there only one name for a goalkeeper, a defender and a midfielder, but it can be a forward, a striker, an attacker, etc. Midfielder, well, not strictly true. Wingers, central defensive midfielder, fullback. So I suppose there's more names. Kind of busted your theory there, haven't I, really, with those few. Well, I'm saying that Middlesbrough lining up this free kick. There's 2 men that stands over it. It's wide out on this left-hand side in front of the south stand as Middlesbrough kick towards their away fans. Is it going to be in-swinging or is it going to be out-swinging? It is going to be an in-swinger. Not beating the first man, though, but it's coming to the edge of the box and it's driven forward and it's just going to go wide. Did it take a touch at all? It did take a touch. It's going to be a corner. Was it going on target as he hits it? I don't think it is, but I think it's Iorfa that gets a touch on it. Steve says, goalkeeper, keeper, keeps. There's 3. Quick corner that comes in, but Iorfa heads it away. And Amas looks to get away from the Borough man and just can't quite do that. Oh, what's being given? What's he doing here? That's a bit weird. I didn't think that was a free kick, and certainly not a yellow card unless he said something to the referee, but you don't normally see that. Harry Mass was a little bit unlucky. He kind of flicks it past him and Hayden, I'm not sure what that's for. I mean, you'd probably say it was a foul, but you never normally see those being given, to be fair. Yeah, goalie. Yeah, that's another name for a goalkeeper. Normally, it's shittest player that goes in goal, and that's when I was playing football anyway. George says, corner to West Brom. Andrew, fullback, wingback, sweeper. Sweeper, that's another one. No. You say sweeper keeper, but that's not a name for a keeper, is it, I guess? Enforcer, stopper. God, there is no atmosphere. I mean, there's not going to be. There's nobody there, but it's just... just feels weird. So weird. I mean, I should get used to it. We've gone 75 minutes now, 15 minutes until time, plus whatever they're going to add on, which is probably not going to be a lot. 'Cause there's not been any real stoppages, there's been no injuries. There's been, two subs, one sub this second half. Shearer gets it. It's a heavy touch. Fucking hell, he gets his foot on it and it flies all the way back to Lumley. That would have been embarrassing if that had gone over his head. Just showing the shots. Middlesbrough 18 shots, 6 on target. To Sheffield Wednesday's 7 and 2. Low on this left-hand side. Tries to look for a mass, but it's a shit pass, in all honesty. And Borough looked to come away with it. And it's a heavy challenge, but it's not going to be penalised. And Jan Valery looks to bring it forward. What's he doing? Can he still get there? He's still got it. Edge of the box. Poked out to Cadamarchi. He's a bit scrappy on this edge of the box. And Middlesbrough look to get it away. And they're doing Hayden Hackney. He's run it out of play, though. And it's going to be a throw-in. No, good pressure from Sheffield Wednesday there, to be honest. I rate it. Do you think any of our fans that decided to go will leave early to beat the crowds? Oh, dear. Yeah, you have to laugh, because if you don't laugh, you'll cry. Ike Ugbo, is he fouled? Referee says no. And it's gone over halfway. It's going to be another throw-in to Sheffield Wednesday. Matt says, what's the bets on attendance figures given out? 22,000 is my guess. Just a reminder that I will be doing Twitter Spaces at Fulltime. If you can stay over here on YouTube and listen, but if you want to get involved and actually have your say and come and chat to me for 15, 20 minutes, half an hour maybe, depending on the more people that come along, the longer I'll stay on. But you can do that. Like I said, follow us on Twitter if you're not already, at WTID Pod. I think 18,800 and something followers over there. So get us to 20,000 if we can. Not that he does anything like, it's just a nice number, isn't it? Max Lowe, can he get a crossing? Left foot, he can't, but it's deflected and it's going to go behind for another corner. Middlesbrough players are getting a little bit frustrated here. I think they probably expected it to be a lot easier than what it is now. Back to Max Lowe, can he cross it in? Back to Harry Masu, fires it in. Deflected up. Can we win possession back? It looks like it's Sean Fisher who's going to let it run out of play for a throw-in. Palmer has it. Probing, edge of the box. Fisher, can he get a cross in? Looks to find Valery. Back to Fisher. Can he cross it in? Back stick. Jamal Lowe hits it. Oh, God almighty. Do you know what? We've got them on the ropes here. Like they're not enjoying it at all, Middlesbrough, at the moment. We just can't seem to find that killer pass or that chance in front of goal. But we're trying. Jamal Lowe on the left for Max Lowe. Harry Amass, he's played fantastic today. Barry Bannon. Referee's trying to get involved. Bannon flicks it to the back stick. Oh, they're panicking Middlesbrough. They don't like it at all. This is the chance. We need to make the most of this pressure that we're having. Palmer. Fisher, is he going to get a cross in? No, he elects to go square to Barry Bannon. Back to Fisher. Come on, get across. Fisher stands it up. Oh, it's a poor pass. He's giving it away and it looks like Middlesbrough can come away now. It's just alleviated that pressure with that poor pass, but Middlesbrough have a poor pass of their own and Wednesday win it back. It's better this from Wednesday. Matt says this is real pressure. Come on, the boys. Yeah, agreed. Playing good football at the moment. Like I've said a few times, Harry Amass, what a player. Jamal Lowe, back to Domayofa. Jamal Lowe picking it up fairly deep. Need him a bit further forward, if I'm being honest. He's trying to get involved, though. Harry Amass, inside. Jan Valery again. Out to Barry Bannon. Barry Bannon, Sean Fisher in acres of space on this right-hand side. Is he going to get it across? He's trying to. Cadamarchi hits it. Got something on it. He hit the ground first. Fairly easy save for the keeper to make. But good football, though. 10 minutes to go. Yeah, Canamarci's running to the front post. He's still a good 12, 13, 14 yards out when he's hit it. But, yeah, Chris says, like watching Brazil. Yeah, not quite, Chris, but I know what you mean. George, if we draw this, will it be the best draw of the season? We've had a few good draws so far. I mean, I think it will probably be one of the most unexpected draws of the season. Sean Fashira is going to be coming off, replaced by Gabe Otegbeyo. I do agree with that comment earlier that he does look about 20 years older, doesn't he, Fashira? He needs to grow them dreads back again. That fat bloke says the problem here is Wednesday look like they can play till next week and not finish a chance. Borough look dangerous on every attack. I think that's just that's just the Sheffield Wednesday bias coming in there. You know, the situation that we're in, that you think that. I do agree. It does feel like that, but I think, you know, it only takes one chance to go in, doesn't it? It only takes one deflection to go our way. And at least we're having those chances, though. We're creating something. As shit as it is, and there's part of me that wants it just to be really, really bad. Because I'm getting drawn back in every single time. Like now, I'm thinking 10 minutes. We can actually do this. We can actually get a point here, and actually, you know, we're not that far away. Do you know what I mean? I know there's probably a points deduction coming in, stuff like that, but just purely on points picked up, like. We're not doing too bad, but we've given the ball away and Borough look to come over halfway. They don't look in much of a rush, to be honest. And Wednesday managed to poke it back to Palmer, and Lumley will go long looking for Ike Ugbo, but we've won the ball back and we look like we can kind of drag it forward. I can hear the Borough fans, they're not happy at all, and why would you be? Only 1-0 up against bottom of the league, and we've had more of the ball this second half. Valerie has it. Max Lowe, it's a poor pass. Just when we're trying to get something going, and lack of communication. But Middlesbrough coming forward, and there's nobody there. There's literally no one there to pass to. They're all static. There's 7 players all kind of in their own half as they go forward. And they're not really committing them forward. I don't know whether are they just happy for the 1-0 and take the 3 points. I mean, it'll still be a win. However they come, you know, it's not exactly a classic that they're going to look back on, and you know, if they do anything this season, they're not going to look back and think, oh, it was a fantastic game, that. But they've got to get the 3 points first and foremost. I can't fault the effort from the Wednesday lads. Canamarci goes flying in, can't win the ball. Morris comes forward with it. Come on. Let's be resolute. Let's not concede a second. It's a poor pass. It's gone straight out for a goal kick. Do you know what? They're getting frustrated, Borough. George can't be having communication problems tonight. They could whisper it to each other. Yeah, that you know, like the COVID games was strange, weren't it? Where you could hear all the shouts from the players and stuff. I bet it's like that tonight. Morgan Whittaker, the goal scorer, looks to be coming off. Luke Ayling coming on. Looks like a defensive change for Middlesbrough. They're clearly wanting to get this, wanting to secure this point as best they can. Are they going to do what Charlton did and just run the clock down as much as they possibly can? I mean, he's not in a rush to come off anyway. Steve says Lowe and Ugbo as a partnership just doesn't work. They have made two subs. It's not sure who the other lad who is that's coming on. Bloody hell. Ball's gone back to Lumley and he's just managed to sort it out, but the ball's been given away. Not a foul, the referee says, and it's down this right-hand side looking for Liam Palmer, who's busting a gut to get there. Can't get there, and it goes out for a throw-in. Come on, Wednesday. Sene is the other player that looked to come on. The corner's taken and Valerie has another ball on the pitch. Oh, who's done that? Who's done that? What were point in that? What fans throw ball on in that situation there as we're having an attack? We've got the ball now and it's out to Bannon. About 25 yards out. find Max Lowe. We're probing across, going across, trying to move the ball to the left-hand side, and Harry Amass. Bannon shows for it deep. He's gone forward. Bannon gets it back. Lovely little triangle there. Harry Amass. Come on, get it in the box. Get it in the mixer. 5 minutes left in normal time. Amass, can he get it over? It's crossed over and it's gone out for another corner. Come on, Wednesday. Matt says they're parking the bus. It seems like it. Danny, same idiot that bought a ticket. Fucking, what's the point in throwing ball on then? I mean, I know nothing happened from it. Craig, I think this ref's spatial awareness has been really poor. A few times he's been a bit in the way. Yeah, agreed. Right, Barry Bannon, outswinger with his left foot. Is it going to be outswinger or is he just going to kind of float it into that back post? Whichever way, he's going to be looking for Iorfa. I know that for certain. Goalkeeper's come, he's flapped at it. He's got it as far as halfway. Harry Amass drives it. It's a good strike, but it's gone about a couple of yards wide. Good chance, that. Keeper's come. He's got a good hand to it. Yeah, he struck it well, but it's always going wide. A couple of yards wide, that one. Would have been a good effort if it had gone in. Henrik's got his little whiteboard out and his little counters. If someone did that to me, I wouldn't have a fucking clue what they're on about. Moving them around and stuff. Ball comes forward. Middlesbrough have it. Looking to create a chance. It feels like they've not created many chances in this last 10 or 15 minutes. And the cross comes in. It's blocked and it'll be a throw-in a couple of yards out. Just want to say as well, massive thanks to everyone that's watching this evening. Do really appreciate it. If you have just stumbled across this stream, we do all the away games and the home games that we might be boycotting as well. So maybe the FA Cup might be the next one for the home games anyway. But we'll be doing, all the away games this season. And also, if you want to hear myself and Matt talk about the games, then join us on a Sunday at 8 o'clock. Oh, lovely football there. Max Lowe drives forward. Can he find someone? Yes, he will find Amass as we go over halfway. Bannon getting forward. Bannon's played pretty deep today. He's not been getting that much involved, but he's got it now, and he tries to find the pass inside. Just don't quite make it. Oh, I don't think that was a foul. Harry Amass, if you could lip read there, what are you on? Oh, that's not a foul. He's won the ball there. Looks like Charlie McNeil's going to come on for the last 3, 4, 5 minutes. I don't know if he's going to get much. Middlesbrough have got it, and they're not in any rush at all to get the ball in the box. They're happy with this 1-0 win. They're just going to try and run the clock down here and just kind of see the game out, which I don't blame them, to be fair. I think if I were a Borough fan, I'd want them to do exactly the same again. But the ball comes forward. Sene gets blocked off, and it's not going to be a corner. Now, all the Borough fans think it is going to be a corner. Absolutely not. Otubeo did well there to kind of shepherd him out. Right, come on. Lump it forward. Come on. Matt's just tweeted, "Hey, Sheffield Wednesday. No attendance announcement? No? XO. It will be somewhere. They will have to declare it somewhere. Anyone know where you find the attendance figures? BBC Sport, do they have it on their website? I feel that's something that BBC Sport would actually publish. If anyone's seen it, let us know. I'd like to have a giggle at what they think the official attendance is. Otubeo has it, and he's gone back to Iorfa. Play it through the middle, trying to find Ugbo. He's got trampolines on his feet. Valerie, that's a tired tackle. Dragged him back, and he's going to get a yellow card for that. It's just wasting time that we haven't got. They're saying that Charlie McNeil's not going to come on after all that. So, George, freedom of information request incoming. I might ask Trevor. Might ask him if he can communicate the attendance figure, the actual attendance figures for the game. Just curious. Middlesbrough looking to go into the corner, but they can't quite get there. A bit of head tennis. The ball's come out this right-hand side. They've no rush for Middlesbrough whatsoever. They are just going to run the clock down, but they lose it. Harry Mass wins it back. And tried to chip it forward, but can't do that. Just fucking hit him. I hate it when they go into the corner. I know I said this last time. I think it was the Charlton game. But goal kick. Obstruction. Matt, BBC have got all other attendances other than ours. 4 minutes of added time. George says one of the Simons will know the attendance. Maybe we'll have another video about it. Middlesbrough look to come forward. Are they going to try and kill the game off? No, it's a good save from Lumley. Lumley's made some good saves in this game. You know, it's probably made, what, 4 saves, I want to say. Definitely the man of the match, even if he did give away what should have been a penalty. It's good shot from Sene. Good strong left hand from Lumley. Do you know what? For all the shit that he'd been given, I was actually dreading it, but fair play to the lad. You could say he could have perhaps done a little bit better with the first goal, but other than that, it could have easily been 4 or 5 this evening, and we've got him to thank. He says +4 on there. He says +5 on there. I don't know who's lying. George says Lumley might have kept us in the Championship today if we stay up on goal difference. He's pulled off some brilliant saves. Yeah, agreed. Lumley has had a decent game. Yep, agreed. Right, whilst we're waiting for that, let me just start this Twitter Spaces for the full-time reaction. Let me just get this going. Start a space. Full-time reaction. If you do want to come up and have your say on what you've seen today, I know there's still a couple of minutes left, but do come up and head over to Twitter Spaces and let me know what you thought. It's always good to have a chat. Obviously, I'll stay on for as long as there's people watching and coming up and speaking as well. Always good to hear different people's thoughts as Amas comes forward out wide to Jan Valery. Back to Amas. Can he find a cross? Bannon has it. Edge of the box. Is he going to hit it? He looks to get onto his left foot and he can't quite fashion a chance, but we'll still have it. Jan Valery does a bit of trickery. Clips it forward. Oh! Looks like it's headed out of the goalkeeper's arm. Oh, what's the keeper going down for? You are not injured. Look at him there. I want to say something there. He's gone up. He's just barged. Like, be stronger, keeper. Gabe Otabeo's like literally tried to level him. Oh, he's down on his haunches. McNeil has come on. I missed that one. There's not long to go. Middlesbrough look like they're just going to see this one out, and it is going to end in defeat, it looks. And there we go. That is the full-time whistle. Middlesbrough finishes Sheffield Wednesday 0, Middlesbrough 1 in the end. The goal came inside the first 5 minutes. But do you know what? I can't fault the lads' effort, to be honest. It was a a battling performance. We came into this one, and I'll be honest, I thought it was going to be an absolute hammering. I thought we were probably looking at a scoreline very reminiscent of the Coventry game. 4 or 5 goals. I thought there was only going to be one team in it, really. But it's not a win. It's not a point either. It is a defeat. It's 1-0. It's another. It's the third consecutive defeat. But I just feel for those lads out there. They've put everything in it. They just haven't got that final quality at the end of it. We've come up against what should have been a good Middlesbrough side. I don't think they've played well at all. They'll feel like they've kind of got away with it a little bit. They've not played well, but they've come away with a win. They always say that's sign of a good team in it. Don't play well and come away with a win. Man of the match for me had to be the goalkeeper, Joe Lumley. He's on a 7-day emergency loan. It does mean he is still here for Saturday's game. Ethan Horvath is fit. Well, not fit, sorry. He won't be suspended for that one. He served his 1-match suspension. We've got Oxford on the side here. I'd play Lumley. Based on today's performance. I mean, the fact that, Horvath made a mistake for the first goal on the weekend and then got a red card for a stupid challenge. Look, Lumley's done everything for to stake a claim. Can we terminate Horvath's emergency loan and keep Lumley? From what people were saying, I didn't think I would say that at all. Do press that request to talk button if you are over on Twitter Spaces. I want to know what you think. We could talk about the performance today. We could talk about the protest. We could talk about the boycott. Not many people in there. As far as I'm aware, I haven't seen an attendance figure at all for the game, which doesn't surprise me at all because, it's not going to be right, is it? The figure that they want to put out will be around about 22,000. We all know that's not right. I mean, Rob says still no attendance. Yeah. Right. Let's come to G then, if we can first. G, how's things, mate? You all right? G, do you want to just unmute yourself, pal?
Oh, hello.
How's it going, mate? You all right?
I'm just. Well, I'm not really well. I've got like a problem with me gum actually, but I'm all right.
Yeah, well, that aside, hope you get well, pal. But what did you make to today? I mean, we can talk about the boycott. We can talk about the performance. Entirely up to you, pal.
You know what? I'd say I think the boycott really was okay, and you know what? Those that went there, well, I'm not gonna have a go at them. Well, because some of them, those that didn't go, well, they proved that they know what it means because the club, it don't belong to him. It doesn't belong to him at all. It belongs to its fans. Nothing but the fans.
Yeah, well, it's a big statement in it today. For fans to stay away. Like I said earlier, fans that have paid the money for the tickets. A lot of the vast majority, I would say 95% of fans that go are season ticket holders, certainly this season, and to stay away from something that you've paid for, something that people enjoy, of course you enjoy it. That's why you're a season ticket holder. For them to take that stance and not go, it is quite a powerful message, isn't it? Whether it's gonna land at Chantieri's feet and making a difference, obviously only time will tell. But it's a massive statement, isn't it? Really.
Well, you know what else would be a statement? The derby. You know something, and I think what Peter said right at half time, right? The Steel City derby is going to be a right tough one because don't get me wrong, yeah, we don't like. Well, some we do like it, we don't like it, but it's going to be a test whether he's still in charge or not.
Yeah, it will be. I mean, I hope he isn't. I hope something gets sorted between now and then. But if I was,
hold on. And what Peter said there, if he's not in charge before the derby, there'll be a right massive party.
Well, they will be, won't they? I mean, I'm just looking now. So that game is on the 23rd of November. So we are literally 4 weeks away from that game. There's not much time between now and the derby. It is going to be interesting. Like I said at half time, I think this is a bit of a precursor for what's going to be coming in terms of some sort of some announcement for the derby. I mean, it is going to be tough. I'd want to be there, but I think actually, if I would probably choose not to go if that's if that's the general consensus of everyone else, and that's what's called by the trust. I think I would stay away from Hillsborough. When it's not, we're damned if we do and damned if we don't in that situation.
Oh, but
really?
Something. What if he had one big dirty scheme up his sleeves, and what if he gave all stands to United fans?
Well, they can't do that because it's season ticket holders, and he doesn't know when people are going to turn up or not, are they really? So I don't think we've got any problem in that happening. But I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. To be fair, I've seen some people saying 7,801 is the attendance. Is that, Matt? Is that confirmed? Is that actually what the attendance is? I'm trying to find that out at the moment. But G, massive thanks for coming on, pal. I ain't got much time this evening, but cheers for coming on. I'm going to come to Josh in a second. I'm just going to read a few comments out that we've got as well. Paul says superb performance under the circumstances. Agree with that one. Mark said deserved at least a point from that game. To say we're threadbare, that was some performance against the side second in the league. Matched them almost everywhere on the park. Our Jazz says, very proud of the lads tonight. We deserved a goal, though. Warren says, up them, not paid. Emergency keeper battling like bastard owls. Fuck off, Chansira. Lee Wiseman says, very proud of the lads tonight. Yep, totally agree. Josh, I'll come to you. How are you, mate? You all right?
I'm good, pal. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. It feels weird, I'm not going to lie. A league game in Hillsborough as a season ticket holder, sat here just... watching it on the telly, but here we are. We're doing our bit. But yeah, what do you make to it all?
Well, first of all, mate, if it's all right, I'd just like to start off by saying I want to pass my thoughts on to the family of Harvey Wilgoose, who his killer finally got the sentence today. So regardless if you're blue or red in the city, I think that's one of them things where colours don't really matter.
Yeah, agreed.
But yeah, on the game, I'm not sure about you, mate, but it didn't feel like a match day. I seen your tweet that you made earlier on, and I agreed with it. Since the news come out about the winding up order, I'm just not looking forward to matches anymore because you know what's going to come. I thought the lads today put a really good shift in. Especially Spancy. I thought he had a really good game, and obviously the keeper had a belter as well. But as a whole, I can't get excited for matches anymore.
Well, that's what he's done to it, hasn't it? That's what he's done to the football club, and that's what he's done to the fan base. And the other thing as well that I saw, I weren't going to say anything, but I've seen people say it's like ruined relationships as well. The football club and what's happening, how people are. A lot of people invested in things that they're doing to try and sort things out, and it's actually people are getting because people are investing so much time into stuff. It's actually affecting people's personal lives as well.
100%, mate. Football is a big release for a lot of the working class. You build up all them stresses from the week, hating your boss at work, and then you go and shout at the referee for 90 minutes to get rid of it all. And on that one, by the way, if any blokes out there are suffering with mental health, go and check out Andy's Man Club on a Monday evening. You won't regret it. If anyone is out there suffering, Andy's Man Club is the place to go.
Yeah, I do second that one. Our DMs are always open as well. So if it's just kind of, if you just want to get something off your chest or have a rant, you can come up and do it on here. Everyone's welcome. Everyone's welcome to say the piece. Nobody's going to judge anyone at all. Josh, what did you make to the performance? Because when they scored after 6 minutes, I thought, here we go. It's going to be a bit of a cricket score, but they battled hard and they could have perhaps got something out of it. I think on the balance of play, I know Joe Lumley made a good few saves, so you could argue that perhaps they had the better of the chances, but actually I think from an effort perspective, we probably deserved at least something from it.
Yeah, I think Wednesday put in a great amount of effort. I was talking to a mate about the game, and we were saying, it's like a little brother playing against a big brother. The little brother put all the effort in, but the big brother still beat him. I think that's how the game felt today. You can't knock the players' effort. They put a shift in. Jamal Lowe and Ugbo at top. I don't think they're a partnership at all. I would have rather seen Cads or McNeil in there, but
Brown as well. But Brown weren't even in the squad. It'd be interesting to see what that was for. I sincerely hope he isn't injured, because if he is injured, literally can't buy any look, can we? He's another one. Add that to the to Ernie Weaver as well. If George Brown's out too, you just think, what is the point at this stage?
Yeah.
I hope he's just being rested, and for Saturday's game. But if he was rested, you'd think he'd be on the bench, wouldn't you? To be fair.
You would have thought so. And on Weaver, I actually seen that he's got the second most blocks in the championship. So when you're looking for a bit of hope in the defence, he's a guy that you're looking to. But it was good to see Otabayo come back today as well and get a few minutes. But yeah, it's just honestly, like, I think we could get Haaland and Donnarumma and probably swap teams with Man City. And I just don't think they could save us in the championship this year. The players are constantly getting demoralised by the lack of payment. You've got all the other shit going on behind the scenes with the winding up order and whatnot. I just think we're destined for minimum League One. And on that, actually, I know we've mentioned the derby a few times. In my opinion, I reckon we'll see the tickets go on sale for the derby in the next day or two, because I think Chancery will use that as a cash grab to pay the wages for October.
Yeah, you're probably right. I think season tickets will probably go on sale at some point, and there might be some ridiculous, ridiculous offer or something that might come out just to try and get as much money as they possibly can. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that one. What did you think to the boycott, Josh? I must admit, I thought there'd be more people there. I didn't think it would be as well. Yeah. Observed, if you want to call it that. I want to say attended. I thought it would be. I thought more people were going to be there, if I'm all honest. But it looks like lots of people like myself stayed away, and yourself.
Yeah, I thought it was a genuinely class effort. Lots of people stayed away. The game being on Sky no doubt helped. And yeah, I'm impressed with the supporters trust as well, doing the big sort of display outside the ground as well before the game. I thought that was really impressive. So, hopefully we do start to get the message through to him. If I'm honest with you, I think I've got a better chance of winning the lottery. But, it's just about continuing to elevate the protests now and taking them to the next level.
Yeah, definitely. Josh, massive thanks for coming on, pal. Do really appreciate it as always. You're more than welcome to come on. That includes everyone else as well. Do press that request to talk button on the bottom left if you can. Just going to read this comment out here from Goose Creative. Massive props to him for doing all the graphics as well for the trust, which look magnificent if you saw those outside Hillsborough. Obviously, I know you won't have been there, but you'll have seen them on all the pictures and things. Right, let's come to Cherie, if we can. Cherie, how's things? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. Thanks, James.
Good. What do you want to have to say? We can talk about the performance. We can talk about the protest. We can talk about anything you want.
Well, let's start off with the performance.
Go on, what did you make to it? Finished 1-0 in the end. We've come away with another defeat, but what did you make to it?
I thought it was a bit of a shaky start in the first half.
Yep.
But I thought they played really well in the second half.
Yeah, I think it was a good performance, all things considering. I mean, the bar isn't set very high, is it, in terms of expectations and things? And I thought we were going to get a bit of a hammering, but in the end, it was only 1-0. Yeah, we got a spanking against Coventry, but we, other than that, I think in all the other games we've been quite competitive, haven't we? Other than the Coventry game, all the others, you could have argued we could have come away with at least something.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, what did you make to the number of fans inside the ground? Obviously, there was a boycott that was called by the Sheffield Wednesday Supporters Trust. Looks like it was observed by the vast majority of the fans this evening.
Well, I didn't go tonight. I boycotted the game.
Okay.
But to be honest, James, I've never seen Hillsborough so dead like that before.
It was weird, weren't it? I think it felt very much like the kind of COVID days where there were no fans in the ground. I did, like I said, I honestly thought there'd be a lot more in there. I mean, I know it still looks a little bit sparse even when people are going. Nobody's buying extra tickets or anything like that. But it was just there were nobody there. It was very quiet. It was very empty, and it just felt very, very weird. Did it feel weird for you, Cherie, not going? Because I'm guessing you go to pretty much every home game. I know you've got a season ticket. You don't miss many, do you?
No, it did feel weird for me not going, but obviously I wanted to do the right thing.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm sure a lot of people feel exactly the same.
But while I was still watching the game, though, I had my black and gold scarf from me.
Yeah, I'm wearing the black and gold shirt, of course. I could have had the scarf on, I guess. Maybe missed a trick on that one, but
I didn't hear no Transavia chants tonight, though.
well, I mean, even if there were some chance, I don't think anyone would have heard them. To be fair, because everyone was sat so sparsely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's just incredibly sad, isn't it, Cherie, that it's something that we all love. Football is supposed to be, you know, enjoyable, whether that's spending it with your friends, your family, or just even going and watching the game of football. But so many people, including myself and yourself as well, feel that it's necessary to not go to kind of make a point to someone that is 7,000 miles away. I just find it incredibly sad at the moment, Cherie, that we're in this situation.
Yeah.
It's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, it is horrible. It's a Wednesday fan.
Do you see it changing anytime soon, Cherie? Do you see light at the end of the tunnel? Do you think it's going to be over sooner rather than later? I mean, I know that's what we all hope for, but do you think it's going to happen? How long do you think this is going to kind of carry on for, Cherie?
I don't know, James, but it can't carry on for much longer.
Yeah, I really hope it doesn't. Cherie, massive thanks for coming on. I really do appreciate
One more
it.
thing as well.
Of course, go on.
I will be there on Saturday against Oxford, though.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people will be there as well on Saturday.
And there was a video as well on Facebook at the ground, inside before kick-off.
Yeah.
And the fan zone even looks a bit empty tonight.
Well, it will do, because there's nobody there, is there? It's
yeah,
very,
it just
very
looked
quiet.
like a ghost town tonight. And it felt like watching the pre-season.
Good. I'm glad it did, because this is what it could look like next season if he's still here. This is how many fans there could be. I've said I'm not going to buy a season ticket. If the season ticket gets announced tomorrow, I'm not buying it, even if it is some ridiculous price. I'd rather pay the same price that I paid last season if it meant that Chansiri wasn't here, rather than giving Dapon Chansiri, I don't know, 250 quid or whatever it might be, some ridiculous price. I would rather him not do that and pay the normal price to another chairman. That's my view on it all. So
are you going on Saturday?
I will be going on Saturday, yeah, because I love it. I love going to Hillsborough. I love following Sheffield Wednesday. But
I do.
But like
I said, right now it's just a sad situation that we're in. It's awful.
It is incredibly sad as well. Massive thanks, Cherie, for coming on. Do really appreciate
Thanks,
it, as always. If you want to do exactly the same as Cherie, just press that request to talk button over on Twitter Spaces. There's no queue, so you can come straight up and speak, and then let me know what you think of the whole situation. Let me know what you think of tonight's performance. 1-0 it finished, a Morgan Whittaker goal after 6 minutes. What do you think of Joe Lumley's performance? I think he was outstanding, considering, again, the bar wasn't set very high. A lot of people said that it was the worst goalkeeper they've ever seen. That's exactly what the Middlesbrough fan said when I spoke to her earlier on this week and did the preview for tonight's game. And all right, I think the first goal he perhaps could have done a little bit better, if I'm being honest. But he kept us in it, I feel. He made some smart saves in that second half. One that he dive into his left and he flicked it over the bar. I think that was the best of the lot, to be honest. It could have easily been 4, maybe even 5 if it wasn't for him. All right, yes, he got very lucky with the penalty that wasn't, which definitely should have been. I would have been a little bit annoyed, but maybe we got away with one with the first goal. Maybe they got away with one in that it looked offside. I think, is it Conway that's impeding the goalkeeper in the end? I've seen him choked off. If we had the VAR, then maybe they would have choked it off. Who knows? Right, I'm just going to read a few comments out. Again, press that request to talk button over on Twitter Spaces if you want to come up and speak to me. It's always nice to hear some different voices, or the same voices that we always hear. The more people that come up to speak, the longer this show will go on. If nobody's come up to speak, then we'll call it a day. Andy says, I'm a Derby fan. Administration is a nightmare. I'm sure it is, Andy. But we're in a dark hole at the moment. And if I'm being honest, we feel that's the only solution, is going into administration. And that could be the biggest indicator that the end is near. At the moment, we don't know when that's going to be. We're hearing that he's rejecting bids left, right, and centre. I mean, if he does put the club into administration, we're hearing rumours that he rejected a £40 million bid. Why would he need to put the club into administration if he's been given a £40 million offer? Surely we don't owe £40 million to other creditors. How much money do we actually owe? If he can turn down a £40 million bid and then put the club into administration, it just doesn't make any sense. Because he's surely going to get less money if he does put the club into administration. Remember, it's only him that can do that. It's only him that can actually put the club into administration. Don't know why it looks like the camera's frozen or something on my side. I don't know what's happened there. Let me try and get it back. Let me see if I can do something to get the camera back, because I don't know why that's stopped working. Hopefully you can still hear me anyway if you are listening to or even watching on YouTube, and the cameras decided to do some sort of reset. So we'll just carry on as if nothing's happened. I'm sure you can still hear me as well, and I'm sure there'll be all the comments taking the piss out of me, and it's come back on. There we go. Matt Richards, way, of course. Surely I don't need a backup. Surely I don't. Let's read some more comments out. Jimmy says Chancery and Nightmare. Yeah, Louis says it felt like a Pizza Cup game. Yeah, agreed on that one. George, Sheffield Wednesday will never be the main news story. Tonight there is European football on. Weekends we'll have Premier League, etc. Any mention on the news is big. I think TNT Sports put a tweet out, I think, earlier on. So we clearly made it to their newsroom anyway. George says, just add up how much money he gets roughly from season ticket sales. He can't stay without that money. No, he probably... I worked it out. What if there was 17,000 season ticket holders, 17,000 what average? I want to say £500 across the board. I think that's fair to say. 8.5 million if you do the numbers. So yeah, that is a hell of a lot of money that he would be getting from season tickets that he's certainly not getting now. Dill says, don't even need to drink today. I'm drunk off a Lumley's masterclass. Yeah, absolutely fabulous. I think is what we should go for on that one. Andy says, good luck from a Derby fan. Matt said, administration is better than being wound up. Him selling would be even better. Richard says, don't go. You're keeping me company while I write my piece for the programme. No one is going to buy. Write for the fanzine instead, Richard. If do that instead. If people are... wondering what I'm on about, the fanzine, I'm sure you'll have seen it everywhere and nowhere. You'll have heard Peter at half-time come on, and if you're a regular listener of the debate show, he's a long-time contributor, but Peter has got the everywhere and nowhere fanzine. You can find it at the catchy website title of everywhere and nowhere fanzine.myshopify.com, and you can buy it over there. He used to be selling them outside the ground. He won't be doing that at all now. He might be there for Saturday's Oxford game, I think, maybe. But after that, the only place you can get them is online. You can read a piece that I've written there about my trip to London on Tuesday. Yesterday, going on the game show and stuff. I've sent that to Peter and he's put that in there so you can read all about that as well. Matt, tick off camera malfunction from my WTID bingo card. One day it won't it won't do that. I don't know when that day is going to be. At least it come back on though this time, which is a positive. Maybe I need about 7 cameras lined up just in case. Multicam is what I might need. George felt like Chancery waiting for someone on a Zoom call just then. Go on, keep taking the piss. Come on, keep them coming. Keep them coming. Richard, everywhere and nowhere is brilliant. Agreed. I've got. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're listening, this will mean nothing. There's all three issues there. The first one with the black and gold front cover. The one with the Ingleson on was quite a good read. Well, they're all a good read, to be fair. So yeah, you can. I think this is the most recent one with the Palmer on the front. Great to collect as well. There was one guy that Peter was saying when he bought the fanzine and put it straight into a plastic sleeve. So clearly he was Not going to read it and collecting them all. Jimmy says, see you later, James. Off to chuck me sen in Don. Jimmy, I hope you don't chuck yourself in Don, but if you do need to shoot off, then no shame at all. Rob, our match is the only one without the attendance. How ironic that is. Louis Dej cares more about his elephants than us. Well, he's locked them up, and he's put them inside. They're no longer outside the front doors. They are now inside. I don't know if that ruins his feng shui or whatever it is, or it don't get the same energy or whatever from his goal. I have no idea. Talking rubbish. Anyway, please do come up and speak if you're on Twitter Spaces. I will. There's no queue whatsoever. I'm just going to read out some of the 3-word match reviews. You can let me know yours if you go onto X at WTRD Pod is where you need to go. Matt Richards, Lumley, boycott, effort. Matt's gone with Matt Glossop this time. Heroic failure again. I think that's a bit harsh, to be fair. I don't think, if you mean the performance, I don't think it was that much of a failure. Lewis says, Joe fucking Lumley. Yeah, I think he's definitely the man of the match. Oasis Mark says, what was attendance? ? S2FC fan, no one there. Cal's gone with Lumley for England. Craig, we were brave. Chris Day 94 says, elephant lockdown initiated. Scott, offside goal. Big Mac says, extend Lumley's loan. Who is here until, I'm sure he's here next Monday, I think it is. So you've got him for one more game at least. It'd be interesting to see whether he does start on Saturday. He should do, really, based on that performance. Steve, fans stayed away. Lee, boycott worked well. James says 3 points Saturday. Yeah, Oxford on Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff. I don't know if anyone's going to Steve Bracknell at the City Hall on Saturday evening. I don't know if there's any tickets left or not. I got mine early doors. Myself and my dad will be heading down to that one, so I'll be wearing me Royal Oak shirt as well that I got. So yeah, if anyone else is going, if you see me, do please say hello. Anthony says, please leave now. I hope that's not for me, Anthony, although I will be wrapping things up in a minute anyway. Daniel, bye Chansiri. Blose Murimblo. I think I've said that right. Effort without reward, and I'll read one more out. Joe says, sign Joe Lumley. Right, I'm going to wrap things up there. Massive thanks to everyone that joined on the watch along. I'll be back doing this again for the next away game, which will be when is the next away game? Joe, I've not even looked at the fixtures. I've not even looked past Saturday, to be fair. We've got Oxford on Saturday. It's West Brom the following Saturday on the 1st of November. So, yeah, we'll be doing a watch-along for that one. So do join us then. But no, thanks, everyone, and we'll see you all next time.